listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all for being in the live, man. Please understand, man, tonight the Pelicans PPR representing, man. Please understand Pelicans fall short yet again. 111, excuse me, to 109 to a team that we usually beat. We have usually one team that you can pick that you know that you can beat. It usually is the Sacramento Kings, but just not enough tonight. Sad third quarter was something else, man, and we couldn't recover from it. We got close toward the back end. Turnovers, and it's just what it is right now. So the Pelicans fall to a dismal 5-21. They're 4-9 at home. I think this is the third. I don't know. They lose so often in terms of streaks. I think y'all let me know. I think this is they're now currently on a third game slide out, a 3-game losing streak. I want to say, right? Yep. This makes the third straight game, another losing streak. The Pelicans are under OKC, San Antonio, and now Sacramento. 3-game losing streak the Pelicans currently under. So it just continues to go. So anyway, we'll flash in a moment to Willie Green. He'll tell us about the force and being proud of his players and all this kind of stuff. But I know y'all guys want to hear that. We'll get to that as soon as it pops up. But quick, some stats before DC and Lex join us in, man. We'll kind of run through this stuff, man, to get it going. There go DC right there. Live from Jamaica. GC, shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you for being in the live as well. Big ups to my dog. But as you can see, he's still on stage. But listen, DC, yeah, DC, give us a good yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in the mood, man. You know. I just came from a funeral, man. You know, it ain't good. You don't feel like laughing like that after my funeral, man. You know,
I don't say it was no funeral. That wasn't no funeral we just watched. I mean, they lost. Was it a funeral to you?
It's a moral victory.
No, I'm saying it's just
the streak is over, man.
The streak. Oh well, yes. Bro. That's the only team, man.
That's the only people we could have beat. Q. We can't beat them.
I know, brother. I know.
Wait, let me ask you this, because your argument on another show, is it a lost season yet?
No. You know what? You know why?
He just won't quit,
bro. You know why? Until we get rid of Willie Green, it's not a lost season yet. Speaking of which, DC, here go your guy here. Here's Willie Green. Let's see what he got to say.
What we got to be proud of?
Difference 38-20.
I'm sure he'll tell us. Here we go.
You've been talking about the last couple of ball games, trying to avoid those bad quarters, and unfortunately tonight was the third really the difference in the game.
Yeah, of course. The third quarter we need to be better, but when you look at it, it's really our turnovers and their offensive rebounds, second chance points. So our margin for error is small. That's what I told our guys. Like, they battled their tails back, gave themselves an opportunity to win, put ourselves in a position to win. But we got to take care of the ball. We got to finish possessions and not allow teams to get 10 extra shots. And then they beat us by 10 at the free throw line. So just cutting down those margins gives us more of an opportunity.
What can you say about the effort of CJ there in the fourth quarter?
Great. CJ was fantastic in the fourth. He made big play after big play, big shot after big shot. I thought our defense was solid. We were able to get some stops late in the game. But, like I said, just the margin for error is so small when we're undermanned that we – collectively as a group, taking care of the ball and then rebound the ball a bit better.
It's a really big game. Just how discouraging, I guess, to see him go off like he did.
Yeah, he's a really good player, and that's what really good players do. We probably have to go back and look at it and try to throw some double teams at him, but really he got a lot of his off of rebounding the ball, getting to the free throw line. So he's a good player.
And just in general, what did you kind of see from that caused the turnovers in the second half and just the overall stagnant play in half-court offense?
We just got to get off of it. Sometimes we get stuck and we don't have anything and we're trying to force it just a little bit. And I understand, the intention is there. Guys are trying to do the right thing in terms of, put their head down, get to the basket, try to make a play. But sometimes the pass is the simple, most easy option for us.
And we talked at yesterday's practice about those moments, late in fourth quarters where you got to decide whether to let it play out or whether to call the timeout. What did you kind of see on that last possession?
Yeah, I was kind of caught in between. We got the stop, got the rebound, and then once the ball got to DeJounte, it's in one of our better players' hands. I just kind of let him go, and I'm fine with his ability to make those plays at the end of games, but it could have went either way. I could have called a timeout, probably put us in a better position.
Yes.
But also it allows their defense to be set. Some of our best offense is when we rebound the ball and we put teams on their heels. Unfortunately, we just didn't make the play at the end of the game.
Time for Willie to go,
16 in the first quarter, only had 5 rest of the way. What do you got to do to make sure he stays involved?
Just stay aggressive.
To make me
just
hate
stay
him
aggressive.
As a person.
Period.
Yeah, good person. I'm starting to hate him
How
as a
difficult
person.
is it when a big like Sabonis is able to take the ball coast to coast?
Just leave, bro. Just quit. Take a leave or absence.
It puts a ton of pressure. He's modern day NBA big. Those guys they become point guards when you hit them at the top of the key. They also can rebound the ball, bring it up the floor.
Hold on,
make
DC.
passes. You got Sabonis and Embiid can do it, and Jokic can do it, and several other guys that can rebound the ball, and they become point guards once they have it. So it puts a ton of pressure on your defense.
And you guys have been putting Eve.
You gotta play the line, bro. Dick Gregory needs to talk to him.
How good does that moment help have to be in those situations?
You got to be there early, be on time, be in the paint, and that's a big part of our defense.
And do you guys try to make a concerted effort to not let some of the smaller players get caught up in that moment spot?
So we got to listen to the rest.
Yeah, if we could sniff it out, we would definitely like to invert and get some of your bigger wings as the low man to be able to stop their pocket passes.
I know you've talked about guys needing to be aggressive like Trey tonight and getting shots, but are there ways within the offense to generate some quality looks for him on possessions, maybe especially when he was coming out hot and he comes back in the game in the second quarter? Just it didn't seem like guys were looking, to find him offensively.
Well, they have to just continue to play within the offense, and that's the beauty in it is that when you play the right way for 48 minutes, all those guys get great looks. We got stagnant, especially in that third quarter. And when we get stagnant, that's when you have to go against your normal reaction, which is I'm going to put my head down, I'm going to try to score, and just continue to trust in each other. So these guys are continuously getting acclimated as they get more games under their belt. And we're actually getting better and better in terms of, getting off the ball, making passes to each other, getting each other involved. But at the end of the day, there's a ton of ways to impact winning. Scoring is one of them, but there's other ways to do it. And we encouraging all of our guys to continue to rebound the ball, get stops, get easy baskets, but then at the same time, when the offense gets stagnant, trust the pass.
DeJounte, 4 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Yeah. A lot of those, for not just DeJounte, but a lot of the players, leaving their feet before they decide what to do with the basketball. Is that something that you've got to look at and just decision-making being quicker, making a decision either before you move your feet or be aggressive and take the shot that's in front of you?
Yeah, you got to do one or the other. You got to get to the paint and, be confident in your ability to get there and go up and finish, or stay down, kick it to a teammate, re-space, let those guys operate in some space.
Seemed to be some frustration during different points of the game with lack of foul calls, and in the second half, the guys only shot 6 free throws, only had 6 free throw attempts. Just kind of, what about your team's inability to get to the free throw line and get those easy points?
I mean, it seems like it's been like that every game for us, where we're not getting necessarily the calls that we see our opponents get. But we got to be more aggressive. We got to force the issue, and I think our guys are trying to do it, but we got to stay at it. All right, thanks.
The problem is you trying to talk with your shit and you don't know nothing instead of listening. Huh?
I'm listening.
Okay? No. I get $40,000, man, and I dare motherfucker to.
The crazy part about it is, man, when you listen.
So, won't you please shut the fuck up? That's the way you should have said it. What that one at?
I finished clipping.
Man, you know how nice it would have been if Willie Green was like, I just can't take no more of this, and just stormed off. That would have been better than all that bullshit he said, man. Just get up there and do the Greg Popovich and Bill Belichick. Just shut the fuck up. Barely answer the question so you can get on out of there, man. Because you just keep saying the same answers. Ain't doing nothing but pissing everybody off. I'm surprised the reporters ain't asking tougher questions. They're probably scared to get their press badges took.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Willie, how do you feel? How do you feel about being 5-21? It's a simple question like that.
Well, we got to work harder. It's not an ideal situation. He would answer just like that. You already know how it goes. It's just, 5 and 21.
You're not concerned for your job, Willie?
No, I'm not.
Nah, he's not.
I signed an extension last year. I don't know if you guys know, and Griff basically, he assured me we got so many injuries right now, so we just trying to get through this. In life, you have adversity, and and we have to. Right now, we in adversity university, so we have to get our degree and graduate to something else. So we're in adversity. We're in adversity university. That's some bullshit Willie would say. That's what he would say, DC. We got a bit of a echo. I don't know who got this stuff.
The whole time we've been coaching, bro. Like, I thought
DC,
we graduated after the first season, bro.
We're in adversity university, DC. So that's some bullshit Willie would say. You probably gonna say it too coming
Willie
up.
Green, do you think the Pelicans are a farm team? Because you coach like they are. What do you have to say to that?
Well, we just have to pass the ball, play with pace. Yeah.
So basically,
I just disrespected you to your face.
That was very good, Big Q. That was very good. That was
our faith is strong.
Kudos to you.
We are. I mean, Lex. I mean, it's a script, right? It's a script, right?
Really?
I mean,
I don't know if it's a script with him. I just think he's on some stupid.
It has to be a script because he says the same thing over and over again. It has to be a script.
But that's him, though.
It's bad.
You don't think that's him?
It's really bad.
Well, no. I'm saying.
Do you think Griff is a script? Because he gives the same BS. You know what I'm saying?
I think he effing up in live time. So I mean, but
he still BSing no matter what he says.
He has no answer.
His favorite words: meaningful, good human,
mechanical.
Yeah, mechanical and meaningful.
He's
and
a
organic.
robot. Yeah. Organic, sustainable. Yes. Good humans. Good human beings. It's like keywords. He's a robot.
Man.
He's a robotoid. That's an old
The
school name
matchup
for Android.
indicator but not go below 75% ever again, bro. I tell you
A Robotoid. DC ever heard of that? Remember that? A Robotoid. Remember that?
Robotoid. What that came
Robotoid. That's
Damn, what was that? Dragon Ball Z? What was that?
No, that's old school sci-fi flicks, man. They used to use the term Robotoid. If the old family members, he ain't updated enough to be an android. He's a Robotoid. That's who they're. Yes, David Grifter. But yeah, well, shout out to the fam first and foremost. Thank y'all guys for being in the stream. And another loss, as you can see.
It take a lot of guts and a lot of heart to be here. With the current things going on, we definitely appreciate y'all still watching.
Seriously,
this is almost worse than the AD year. At least the AD year, it's like, you know, man,
we've seen some rough ones, haven't we?
We need to rebuild it, but like they weren't all the way in on trying to win. Can't you imagine? We supposed to believe they did everything in their power to try to win, and we 5-21. This is bad. This is like the worst season ever in Pelicans history. Ever.
Well, DC, they had that 38-point third quarter. You know, so that right out the gate, that was the starting that third quarter situation was what we were looking at. But they were able to battle it down to a couple of points. They had an opportunity a couple of times to switch the floor of the game and still won in the Smoothie King Center, and it just didn't work. And they asked him about foul shots, and he said that's the common thing with the Pelicans this season. And I have with that. I don't think so. Over the last several games,
I was ready to turn it off.
Well,
you know why? Because he's alluding to the
fact that they don't hit him at a higher
way, right? Saying that, you know, we don't get the calls we supposed to, and as we should. And you know, in Willie Green mind, he was spitting. He got up there. He said, "Scotty Barnes is the best player in the NBA." That whole, you know, tirade old boy went on. That was Willie Green's version of it that you just heard. Him saying, "Yeah, the calls don't go our way. We know we don't get the calls that we should. You know that."
But he wasn't nearly as animated as that guy.
We don't get him down on the other end. That's basically him saying, you know, the refs cheating.
Really?
It's just so milquetoast. Exactly. It's so milquetoast you didn't even catch it.
Nah, I mean, that was one I just totally disagree with. I mean, because Pelicans been getting the calls.
He ain't gonna say nothing to get fined if he really feel like that. He ain't gonna do a Mike Brown and get up there and pull out the computer and show the plays. Or
that was a good one. Or David Tisdale. Remember David Tisdale, what he did when well, not about the referees, but he did make the statement about not kissing the Spurs. What he said about the Spurs, David Tisdale.
You gotta tell me.
Oh, what he said. Y'all put it in the chat what he said about
kissing the Spurs,
we ain't here to kiss the Spurs rings. I think that's what it was. What he said about he's not making a statement like that. He's not gonna. That's not what Willie Green does.
Man,
y'all know. Like I told
that represent having a backbone or standing up for some shit. He ain't gonna say it.
Well, of course not. Remember when he took the job? I told y'all that he sold his soul to take that job. Ain't no coach would have took that job under those situations. Well, the general manager, the VP telling you that he'll pick all your assistants. And
Bryce would have been coaching the team. Who would have been a coach, Dick?
I'm saying somebody else would have probably took the job, but he took it because he probably knew that he wasn't going to get an opportunity to be a coach anywhere else. I mean, that's what he felt like. So, I mean, this is where we are with 5-21.
He definitely lost his confidence, though. He wasn't lying when we heard him say that night because he not confident at all.
I mean, what does he got to be confident about?
Bro, he's deflated.
Nothing's working. Nothing working. Nothing what he's saying is working. Nothing he's saying is working, bro.
Be confident in that and let some other people do some shit. And you fall back.
I don't think he decides he survives December. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I mean, like we said, we talked about it prior to December getting here last month, and we talked about the stretch of games that they have, and they did have a couple of games where they have some breaks in between, and a lot of people didn't play in this game. And then of course you have the next matchup will be Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Against Indiana. And that's going to be on the road. Then they come back and they got these games against some serious teams. And even though, like I said, at the first half, the Pelicans looked like they would have pulled it off, because I'm looking at them saying, man, Sacramento's a team that they usually don't have a problem with beating. But the current edition of the Pelicans are flubbering, stubborn, stumbling Three Stooges style team at times, where the defense is not there all the time. They're just so radically inconsistent. They're up and down. The offense, I don't know. Everything is just so disjointed, and it shouldn't be this way. And these guys have been playing together for some games now. They practice a lot. And at some point, you need some consistency or something they can rely on. I think they need to establish an identity. I don't think Willie's the guy for the job. I mean, he's been here for 4 years, and the Pelicans don't have an identity. He failed to establish what the identity of the team is. So anyway, I'm gonna let Lex chime in because she hadn't said anything. Lex, what are your thoughts on what you've seen tonight? 111, 109 Pels lose.
Well, once again, it was a close game in the first half. And I've seen that before. And when it's close in the first half, I knew the game was going to be determined by the third quarter. Once I saw the third quarter, I knew that the Pels were not going to win. It's deja vu. There's a pattern to all this stuff. There's a pattern because the thing is, there's no stepping outside the box. There's no creativity. There's no imagination. This team does not have another gear. Stacy pointed something out. The Kings are not that good. They're not that good. And for them to be not that good, and in that coming out of that second half, they turned it up a notch. They started hitting those boards, right? They started getting second, third, fourth. This is within a possession. Okay? They were getting a lot of opportunities. They were missing a lot of wide open shots. It's like the defense fell apart. The Kings did not feel the Pelicans at all in that third quarter, as well as the fourth. So it's like, if you give a team opportunities to shoot open shots and they keep missing, at some point in time, they're going to start making them. Keegan Murray was having a horrible game, but the dude can still shoot threes if given enough opportunities. He started knocking down those shots because he was left open. It's like the energy, I felt like the energy was okay in the first half. I didn't think it was something to jump up and down about. I mean, because, they matched it. Both the Kings and the Pelicans were matched in their intensity. But what happened in that third was the Kings took it to another level, just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. That's all you have to do with the Pelicans, is just turn it up a notch just a little bit. This game really reminded me of the game against the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks started hitting. They started hitting those offensive boards. They started hitting the boards with a lot of aggression. And really specifically, just like Sabonis, it was Jalen Johnson. I was like, wow, this reminds me of that game so bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they started hitting those boards and they started knocking down. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the game actually got easier for the Kings in the second half. It got easier. Now,
Hell yeah, they put up almost 40 points in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when that happens, it's almost a done deal. Now, CJ McCollum, he did heat up, but Stacey pointed out another thing. Why did you all go away from Trey? Why did you shut down your own teammate, your own player? Why would you do something like that?
I didn't have a feel for a game. That's what it is. Can't recognize.
That sounds familiar.
He don't have a feel.
Yeah. Who are you telling? But it's like, why did the ball, there was a lot of one-on-one in that second half. It's like the ball stopped moving. Everything was stagnant. They went away from Trey Murphy, who was having a great game. And see, this isn't just, it's definitely a coaching thing, but it's like, why wouldn't the players know that?
I don't know what's going on in terms of
they
the
changed how they
IQ.
was playing defense on Trey though. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. They did make an adjustment.
We didn't go any adjusting like as if we didn't anticipate that, as if every team in the league don't guard us different coming out of halftime or whatever.
Right, but DC, they've been doing that all season. When the Pelicans get it going, they do that. They lock in and adjust.
We don't never have no answer either.
Nah, you don't adjust.
Yeah, there never is, because he doesn't. He look every 10 games. Look, what was the 10th game where they won? When Brandon and Herb, that was the adjustment. They were there.
We're gonna get a win every 10. That's
every 10 games.
Every 10.
Like it's true, ain't it?
Yeah.
DC, you spoke that junk. Yeah. I mean, you prophesied it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what's happening.
I mean, you got to adjust to that. Lex, if you lose in games like this, you got to drop the. If you lose in games like this, the 10-game bullshit has to shrink to 5. It got to go basically inside of 5
games. Not with Willie, because
it has to be one. It actually game to game.
It goes back to what we've been saying.
Should be game to game.
This guy has not grown.
I'm gonna have to give y'all that, man. I have to give it to you.
And he's not growing. He doesn't have the ability to grow.
So he handicapped.
I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is. And I'm not going to go there, because the thing is there are people out here who are handicapped, and I don't know that situation. So
I'm talking about as a coach. I ain't talking
stunted.
about
Stunted DC, the man.
Stunted. I'm not talking about those type of people. I'm saying he handicapped.
Genetically modified.
Bring up a point. I think the worst thing that happened to Willie Green was when he was coaching and everybody got hurt and we climbed out of that hole and made the play. That was the worst thing that ever happened to him as a coach. But at the same time, it gave
he got paid
a lot of hope. A coach,
he got paid
as a coach, because you know what he did? He's like, we're gonna stick to it and we're gonna see this through. Adversity builds character, all that shit. And we did that, right? Now you face that.
That's a new one.
Oh wow,
that's a new one.
Okay, so he just stuck through all that, and I think he looking at it like that same season. Like, if he can just do the same thing he did 3 years ago,
it ain't gonna happen, bro.
The thing is,
that's his only thing to go to.
Do you all know? Like, that's the thing about the Pelicans. Like, while the Pelicans have been stagnant and just not doing anything, being reactive, and really they haven't even been reactive. They've just been doing nothing, and we can't even get to the proactive part. But the thing is, the league continues to grow and make changes, trying to get better. Whereas the Pelicans, they're not showing at all that they're trying to do that. They're not doing that. I mean, and that's what's delaying. That's why I keep saying, how can it get any worse? Yeah, time. You're losing time. You're wasting careers.
By the end of December, just keep up.
Doing.
They're gonna be 5-30.
Yeah, I mean that's really bad to waste time when you don't have to. You're wasting more time by doing nothing than if you go on and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you're making some type of change. Now, obviously, we want the change to be trending in the right direction. But the thing is, making no change at all is not helping.
Yeah.
It's not helping at all.
Yeah, you got a point on that, Lex. I mean, this is just really pathetic to keep watching this bad basketball, man. And they can't finish games. Michael, shout out to you, brother. Says we never play 4 quarters. That would explain why we 5-21. So thank you for that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother, for that. And much love. Black Preacher Man, shout out to you, brother. Says, am I the only one seeing how Murray playing like pure garbage at this point? Yeah, he coming back off the injury. Like, we talked about the thing with how BI had takes him a certain period of time to be able to get back into the rhythm and flow of the game. And tonight he was struggling, but he hit some shots. He almost had a triple double today, to be honest with you. 20 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. He did have 8 turnovers to go along with it, but yeah, in 35 minutes, he was 2 for 7 from downtown. We're gonna go over the stats momentarily, but yeah, I think he's still rounded in the shape. But thank you, Black Preacher. Thank you, brother.
He did have some costly turnovers, but I don't know. I mean, I look at Murray from when he was playing in Atlanta, and he's playing a whole lot better there than he is here. Now, I know he just got here, but I'm looking at the flow and the system that he's playing in. There's no system here. And remember I said in the offseason, I think it's kind of unfair for us to put so much emphasis and trying to think of the word. It just eluded me. But putting emphasis
attention.
Attention on Murray being the coach out there. You know what I'm saying? Like being like really leading the team. And he just got here. Like he's like the newest, and there's so much responsibility put on him. And the thing is, he don't have no help from the coaching staff. He doesn't have that. So you're asking a guy who just came in here, to play point in a jacked up system, equivalent to no system, a jacked up philosophy, and you want him to make something of it, and you have a head coach who really cannot help him. That's a lot. That's a lot. And like I said, I know he had 2 costly turnovers. But golly, I mean, when the system, I feel like when the system is that bad, like it can make anybody look bad.
Yeah. This is it's really it's awful to look at this stuff open. Go ahead, DC. What you got, brother?
I mean, for us, DeJounte, man, we can't make any rash decisions on him. For one, I look at point guard as a position that's kind of like quarterback, right? So if you're in an NFL team and you got a quarterback that come in there, he ain't get the off season or the training camp with all the players, everybody hurt in and out or whatever. You ain't never really had a lot of time on the field with him. And then you out there and played the equivalent of 4 or 5 games with him. And you see a lot of quarterbacks go to new teams and they don't look very good, those 4 or 5 games. But after game 6, 7, and Carr is a special case. But after 6, 7 games or so, they kind of get things going. I'm talking about actual really good quarterbacks, Q. So
my bad.
Mediocre quarterbacks, we don't need.
I was about to ask about Jake Haener.
No.
Okay.
But anyway, Lex touched on that point as well. Like, what is our system? What is it he's supposed to be running to perfection, right? We don't even have an identity. Like, I can't expect him to go out there and build all of that. And when you have those type of things, the person that typically has the ball in their hand the most, when you don't have an identity or you don't have a really good system and everybody not on the same page, guess what? It don't matter who the player is, they're going to have turnovers. Because it's going to be a lot of indecision, a lot of, I thought you was going to do this, but you didn't do this, you did that. And you were supposed to do this and you didn't do this because this is what the play said, and I seen this. You know, they having all them discussions, but the turnover at the end of the game is horrible. You know, DeJounte shouldn't have had that. But to me, I just look at just a competently coached team. What would they have done in that situation? They would have called the timeout.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have put them in the best situation to succeed.
But then listen to what you're saying. What's he gonna draw up?
He don't have nothing to draw up. That's why he let him play.
Exactly.
Because that's the best situation.
So the thing is, his best bet was to let Murray do what he does, and
it's better than what he was going to draw.
You know, hope for the best. That's basically hope. That word again. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing because he knew he could not drop a play. So he was trusting DeJounte. He was putting like, okay, DeJounte, you can do it. You can do it. Make me look good. Like, no. You have to help your point guard out. You are the head coach. You can't just put everything. Look, other teams have stud point guards, and they have a head coach. You know what I'm saying? Look, trust me. Like with Chris Paul, okay, they coach would have called that timeout, even with Chris Paul there. Like, it makes a difference. It really does make a difference when you have two heads. Two heads are better than one.
What about a head and a half?
No,
he's not
even he don't
Willie.
even have a half.
I mean, the thing is, you know, I was looking this year in his fourth year to lean on his assistants. Like Borrego's offense is actually a pretty decent offense. The Pelicans, when he was there using it, they looked like they like playing that style of ball. But he's a governor. He gets there
right now, man. That's
no. That's what I'm saying, DC. The whole point is that I'm not seeing him be smarter in that regard and allowing that offense to flow. His it's just too much to overcome at this point. And the philosophy is now they're not panicking. They're just going to say they're going to fall into the injury excuse. They're going to say, well, we were hurt. We were missing these guys.
I'm not going to let them do that.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Nobody trying to buy that junk.
Well, that's what they're going to. I'm just saying.
Is, he even said in his presser that, he was alluding, like he mentioned it basically as an excuse that, hey, we got guys down. I'm like, you know what? You had enough out there. You had enough out there.
It's a great excuse, Lex, because somebody's always
no, it's not. Because
so
the thing
always
is,
use that.
Anybody else would have already fired this dude. He already would have been gone. There were 4 coaches last year that had winning records. Way better records than him. And they're not with their organizations anymore. But he is.
They want to lose, Lex. That's why they're not.
Nah, it's a little bit.
And you know what? They need to
these
tell
Celtics a little more than that.
Because, ain't nobody trying to waste their time with this mess.
Because
this is supposed to be a generational draft, right? They're not gonna get the Milwaukee pick. It looks Milwaukee then turned that shit all the way around, right? So that pick was top 4 protected. That pick would have to be a top 4 pick to us.
And again, that's why I keep saying these picks do not mean anything because they're depreciating. Why? Because these teams are aggressively trying to get better.
But I think it might convey to some other pick or something. It ain't like we lose it all out. We got their draft kind of tied up for a while. But the whole thing is, so they're not getting a Milwaukee pick. Maybe they just looking to grab one of the best players in the top 10. They got a lot of perimeter guys that can pass, dribble, shoot, and score in that top 10. Or, you got the unicorn. That's probably what they're going to start calling him. They don't call your boy that from Boston no more. The number 1 pick that maybe you could get. So it's just like they're intentionally going about this and dragging their feet because I don't think they're that concerned with the results. If there was a lot of pressure for them to actually win or they wanted to win, Willie would have been gone. So this was always the backup plan to me. And you seeing everything going on with Brandon Ingram, I believe they want to re-sign him. So they're just tanking his value in the media and everything to make it to where you can re-sign him for $25 million. You got CJ go out there tonight and score 35. Hey, guess what? We're going to get some more calls about trades for CJ. And good, because, we all like, let him go, man. Let him go on the team where he can actually do something. Because, what he doing ain't going to mean shit over here. So I think they're right on schedule for their backup plan or their plan B of if the season didn't go left. And
you mean they actually have a plan?
Well, they have a plan.
Vision, direction.
They have a plan, escape in case of emergency plan if their vibes plan on.
They have emergency plans. Wow.
Yeah, to protect
but
my
they don't
job
have
plan.
initial plans.
Right. It's just vibes.
No.
But you got to protect my job plan. If shit start going left, let me do this. We can get this draft pick. We get
this
this
definitely
guy.
ain't no win now plan.
Sign this guy and get him at this money. I can get under the luxury tax and give Miss Benson her money. All that shit. So Willie fit right into that.
What?
The more they lose,
it's not going to work. It's not going to work, man. That's not going to work.
Gosh.
It's not going to work.
Once we're completely eliminated from contention, then you can fire Willie and see
that
what
ain't
you got
gonna,
for Rico.
That's not going to work, bro, because people not going to go for that.
Through this shit till Zion come back, man.
They're not going to go for that because it's the excuse thing. Is the injury thing. They added in. They can't burn that. That's already over with. They don't have that.
They
so if that's the fallback, which they're going to try to go for, they're going to find it real difficult. And they're
gonna fire Willie.
DC, incidentally, is that Adidas?
We don't know that. We don't know that because look how long they keeping them.
Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me. What? DC, it's Adidas.
Adidas.
It's Adidas. You got to. I'm saying because I ain't see an Adidas anything in a long time, bro. Oh damn, DC bringing it back, bro.
You ain't seen
man.
Like me in a long time, bro. That's all.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. I ain't never seen.
I ain't stopped there. I got the hoodie on and everything. Hold on, we all the way with it. I'm Run DMC in it out here.
Okay.
We all the way.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, brother.
This how I look when you go to a basketball funeral. This is the attire you wear.
Oh, okay. I see you, brother. You representing that Adidas. It's all good, brother. It's all in the good, brother. We hear what you're saying, man. We good. Jan says, I wouldn't fire Willie Green.
I hit the way you wanted it to, but
hold on, DC. I'm reading the super chat, brother. Thank you. I would fire David Griffin for hiring. She said, I wouldn't fire Willie Green, says Jan. I will fire David Griffin for hiring, then extended Willie Green, then let the next GM fire Willie Green. I just fire both their ass. But thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
I like that, man. I like that, man. That's a great idea.
Appreciate you on that, brother.
I wish that would happen, but that would be a wish.
Well, let me hit the stats, DC, and we'll kind of cruise into the preview aspect of it because there's nothing pretty much left here to decipher. I mean, this is pretty much what it is. In terms of the stat, the Pelicans 39-83 for 47% versus the almost 40% that the Kings had. The Pelicans hit 14-37 for 38%. The Kings were 10 of 33 for 30% from downtown. They got 29 attempts from the foul line, they being the Kings. They hit 27-29 for 93%. Pels went to the line 20 times, hit 17-20 for 85%.
This is big crap.
The Kings had 51 rebounds versus 43. The Kings had 24-22 on the assists. They outstole the Pelicans 11-6. Pelicans outblocked them 4-2. They kept their turnovers down. The Kings did 11 turnovers for the Kings, 17 for the Pels. They gave up a point of turnover, 17 points off of 17 turnovers versus 14 points off of 11 turnovers. The Kings, the fast break points were the Kings, 10-3. Points in the paint were also the Kings, 48-42 tonight. And of course, if you kind of flash to the individual statistics in the box score, the top dogs for the Pelicans, of course, is CJ McCollum. 36 points in 37 minutes of action. He was 14 of 24 from the field, 6 of 11 from downtown. 36 big points by him. He was out doing his thing. 21 from Trey Murphy in 40 minutes of action, 6 of 13 from the field. He was 3 of 9 from downtown, 6 of 7 from the foul line. 20 for DeJounte Murray, like I said earlier in the broadcast. He almost had a triple-double. 20 points in 35 minutes, 8 of 19 from the field. He was 2 of 7 from downtown. He finished with 20 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. And like I said, he had a couple of blocks, but he had 8 turnovers too. Almost double-digit turnovers from DeJounte. 7 from Yves with 11 rebounds in 31 minutes. 7 from Herb with 7 rebounds and 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 points from him. And then off the bench, 9 points from Brandon Boston Jr., 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown. He helped out. 7 from Daniel Tyson, 14 minutes to go along with 2 rebounds, and really nothing else out of that. Jamal Cain, 1 point in the game. And of course, the question in my head was like, man, damn, which one of these backup guys would I give up to keep Elfrid Payton on the team? And I was like, man, I think I would get rid of Jamal Cain. And then I seen a comment by Maul. Maul said, and he said the same thing I was thinking. But anyway, that's the stats on that, fam. So y'all feel free, man, to touch on that before we make the jump, if y'all want to.
Oh, they really should have found a way to get more involvement from Trey, even with the adjustments. But we already went over that. So,
well, I just want to give a shout out.
Common basketball shit, man. Damn, man. None of this shit hard like that, bro. Not for a professional. I know what you're doing.
There's nothing
second half adjustments.
Stick out. Yeah. Oh, what happened?
Big Q popped up.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be back in a second, I guess. Something must happen with him. But
I'm sorry, y'all. Something happened.
I just want to give a shout out to DeMontis Sabonis, and we hear you, brother. And DeMar DeRozan, man, the 2 all NBA players. DeMontis Sabonis came in here and put up a 30-20 game on us, man. Really put,
could you say they had it on their mind, though, bro? Could you say they had it on their mind to finally get back at them?
And I
not
think
really.
They did. Lex, come on, I don't do that.
The Kings didn't really play very well, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, I know they beat the Pelicans, but I looked at this game. I'm like, this game is so boring.
But that's the Pelicans. That's what they do. All the Pelicans games have been boring, except maybe the first game had a little sizzle to it, and you had the Blazers game. One of the Warriors games, all right. You had a few sprinkled in here and there, but a lot of these games been boring, Lex. But I thought the Kings, they were coming in here and they did what they had to do to get a win. And DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis played otherworldly, which ain't really hard to do against the Pelicans. But, still those people should get some credit. Since we give everybody else credit, why not get him credit?
Lex don't get
DeMar
nobody.
DeMar DeRozan wasn't having a great season, and
other people
looked like he got right back on track against us. Keegan Murray had a pretty solid game, and we played. So I thought okay, till that third quarter. That third quarter just kind of separate the boys from the men, and as always, once the Pelicans get hit or they get knocked down a little bit, they don't get back up. It's pretty much over. So once you see somebody like they have an initial effort or initial surge and you're going back and forth, and that team really takes a commanding turn or the momentum, we never get it back. And this has been pretty much going into last season. Even though we won 49 games, this is the same issues we've had, and it's gotten worse this year. But nonetheless, we talking about stats. So shout out to Mr. McCollum. I'm rooting for you, bro. I can't wait to get you traded, because that's how he playing. He playing like he ready to get the hell out of here. He took 24 shots. CJ was just flopping around, doing all type of shit till the fourth quarter came, and he just decided to turn it on. He got his stats, and I hope he have a 40-point game next time. we got Sunday the 15th, so we'll see, man. Maybe they got some trades or some teams contending for him, and he's trying to impress them. You go, CJ.
You know, there's been a lot
man
of
like you want to be traded, huh?
Hell yeah. He played like he cared about his numbers.
33 in the third.
I mean, a man had a nice game, you know.
Look, talk boy.
Yeah.
Talk boy.
Shit, CJ about to be out of here, man. CJ going somewhere. You watch.
Somewhere.
And just know, if CJ is traded, you could bet your bottom dollar we are keeping Brandon Ingram. As much as it don't make sense, the Pelicans are gonna find a way to make that happen too.
You know what? I'm like I said, I'm tired of the Brandon and Zion experiment.
How would you feel about this, Lex? What if they traded Brandon Ingram and they got rid of CJ and then we just got Zach LaVine? How would that look?
Why'd you say Zach LaVine? Like, is there nobody else available?
Who else is available?
I mean, I don't know.
I 35-year-old Jimmy Butler? We're gonna get another non-shooting person?
I didn't say that.
Gonna be making $40 million a year, man. Come on.
Can I ask about the options? I mean, you said one person.
2 years, $80 million in 2 years. Go ahead, Lex.
But you know, I mean,
what are the other options?
I mean, we don't know. We don't know all the options, right? I mean, if I was,
I'm just saying, what if you can't get nothing else for him?
You know what?
And you got off of CJ already.
The thing is, I already feel like because of the timing, because you have waited so long to you know, I guess get active on this. This is one of those things where it's not going to be the initial trade, but it's going to be the trade after that. Okay? Because you waited too long. You waited too long. What did you expect? The thing is that you were trying to, you know, I don't know if you were trying to bluff, if Griff was trying to bluff or whatever. He was trying to put on his Danny Ainge pants or Sam Presti pants. Dog, you don't have their talents. You don't have their abilities. You are not going to win. Whatever trade happens at this point, you're not going to win it. And so the thing is that, but so right now, you need to make a trade to make a trade. It's not this initial trade. It's the trade after you make this trade. Okay. And that's what you need to be thinking. Okay? That's what he needs to be thinking. Because at this point, you know, the market is dry. You're not going to hustle anybody, Griff. You're not hustling anyone. Randall. Huh?
We could get Julius Randle or Jimmy Butler or Zach LaVine. That's the way I see it.
You're not hustling anyone, Griff.
We had Julius Randle down here, bro.
He's not doing that. The thing is, that ship has sailed. So you have to basically, and that's what I'm saying. How can this get worse? You're losing time and you're wasting careers right now. Time is precious. Time is more important than money. Okay? It really is. Ask the average person. Because if you had your time, like, that would be like so golden instead of going to a 9-to-5 job and working your butt off and things. Okay. So the thing is, time is very precious. And that's what makes the situation. That's what's going to make the situation worse. If you don't do something, you're already late. You're already delayed. You have to basically chalk up a loss and look to not this initial trade, but the trade after that. But really, I wouldn't want that to even happen. Like, Gail needs to get rid of Griff and anybody else under his regime and get real people who know and understand the game of basketball that can do their jobs to the highest level and start building this organization up the way it needs to be.
Okay. I agree, but David Griffin is stupid, so I'm cool with getting something initially on the trade.
Talk, boy.
That was a great response.
The trade after the trade is, it's too much, Lex. You got too much.
No, I'm just, but it's already a lot, right?
Yeah, but he gonna do an initial trade. You're gonna be like, okay, damn, he's in position to do a really trade, and then he gonna do some dumb shit like he gonna go get the next Eric Bledsoe or some shit.
Thank you.
You're like, dang, why he did that? And then he gonna pull off 2 trades to fix that trade to finally get
this right here is the truth.
And we gonna be then wasted like 2-3 assets while all that shit happened.
They killing the city.
Wasted time.
It is. They are, man, and it's
that's
not
a guy.
Right.
Jay Black is getting inspiration from a Saints supporter who's seen Mickey Loomis at a Tampa Bay game, and Mickey Loomis watched a terrible play. It was an interception or something. I forgot what it was, and the guy turns to Mickey Loomis, who's standing up there, and he says, "Let me just play, man." It's a funny response that he said because the guy has a funny voice, and he tells Mickey, "They're killing it. You're killing the city, Mickey. You're killing the city." He said it was 4th and 1, and he tried to throw a pass. Just is, but yes. You're killing the city. Oh man, hold on. And Mickey Loomis ain't do shit.
CJ for Vooch. I like that. I don't see why the Bulls do that, Stacey, unless they reroute him. You know what? That's so on brand.
Yeah,
we would give them CJ and get Vooch, and they probably would reroute CJ and get like 2 draft picks or some shit that we should have got initially. That is so on brand. They might actually do that shit, Stacey. That make a lot of sense.
Does it?
For the Bulls.
I wouldn't. But then again,
I think Vooch would be a hell of a center for Borregos, not Willie. Willie would, that man would come over here, and the dude just had a 40-point game. Willie would probably bench the man. You're going to keep starting Yves and then play him spot minutes or some shit and put him in a switch all and don't give him the ball in none of the sets where he scored. He just fuck his shit all up.
I think things change once you get an identity. You need to get that's the whole point, like making a change, bro. That's what it comes down to. An identity changes everything. They don't have an identity.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Identity. They don't have any what are they supposed to do? They don't have an identity. Hold on, here's the clip right here.
He was hurt.
Hold on, I'm gonna play it for y'all, man. This is the clip. It's the clip of you killing the city. You're killing the city, Mickey.
Come on, Mickey. It's on you, Mickey. You got to make a move tonight, Mickey. He's not ready for this, Mickey. You're killing the city. 3rd and 1, they tried to throw a pass. Mickey Loomis all is better.
But you know what? I'm glad that
Come on, Mickey. It's on
it, man.
What you say, Lex?
No, I'm saying I'm glad they did that stuff. That needs to somebody needs to do that with Griff. A whole bunch of people.
Oh, I'm sure they are. The people are doing that all the time with Griff. I'm more than sure. We don't have it on tape yet, and you'll find something out there. But they doing one better. They had the Kings announcers, people putting up clips. They say, "Oh my God, Smoothie King Arena is empty as hell." Like they said that shit live on TV, and then nobody heard them. So the people are speaking, Lex.
I told you, Lex. I told you.
I looked at it.
I told you.
I looked at the game. I was like, wow, that's a lot of red out there.
They're gonna be giving them tickets away at McDonald's.
They said the attendance was 15-4. I don't think it was 15-4. I mean, that they might have had. They
gonna lie about that too.
They count the tickets that were sold. They're not actually people that were there.
There you go.
So that's what's going on. So that was it was empty only, and it was like, well, it's not really week. It's actually a Thursday.
Bad product on the floor, man. You got a bad product out there. You got a bad coaching staff. You have a bad GM. No, look, supporters you don't need to support that junk. And you know what? I want to make this clear is that does not compromise, your love for the team or any of that. The thing is, supporters do deserve something. This is a relationship. This isn't let me be a fan and you do whatever you want with the team, which means you're not trying to win or anything. Like, you're not trying to really put a product out there that's feasible.
We're trying.
It's like, no, the thing is, as a supporter, you have the right to keep the organization honest. If you want our support, put a winning team on the floor. Create an identity and put people in the right positions to succeed. Get the right people in there that can run the organization and that, first of all, that know basketball. Let's talk about that.
I mean, you would think that's
I'm still not off that part. You got to get people who understand and know basketball, who have a passion for it. And if Gail, if she doesn't like basketball or anything, but she likes the money that it brings in for her little piggy bank, okay, well, chicken, get someone in there that does care about basketball and wants to win. That's what you do. You hire someone that loves the game and that wants to win. If you don't care, hire someone who does, the opposite of you. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then it'll trickle down from there. We know you a billionaire and you like the money, and that's great. That's fine. That's cool. But hire someone that loves the game, that knows the game, that's passionate about winning, and that wants to show it.
Talk to them, Lex. Call them all them chickens.
Did I say that again? Because I don't even know when I say
you like the money the bank chicken.
So listen here, chickens. I said chickens. She said one singular. I'm saying chickens, everybody. I'm talking all of them.
They need to get somebody, if they could, I think, from like our city, man, like somebody who cares. Because everybody who come here, they don't have no
Swin cares
for this team, man.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Swin cares.
I can't even say that no more, Q.
Right now, everybody is in question.
I want everybody going.
Everybody's in question.
I know you like and want to promote Swin, and everybody got to get out of there.
Yeah,
I like 5-21, man. I'm not trying to keep nothing in this front office.
Man, let's go.
I don't like their marketing team.
Swin and 25.
Marketing team. The marketing team is awful.
The entertainment visual side, they just got an Emmy. They got an Emmy.
So what?
Got an Emmy, bro.
What good that do us? They got an Emmy shit on the 5-20 team.
They had good visuals. They made 5-20 look good.
I mean, all that's gonna do is just take them to a winning organization. Somebody with that's winning gonna bring them. I mean,
that's typically what we do. We send all our good players to winning organizations. We start sending our visual effects people and all them too.
Well, I mean, shit. I don't want to see no good Grammy award winning shit. The team 5-20. What good is it? I mean, credit to them for getting a win and an Emmy or whatever it is for this dumpster fire we running down here. I guess people like to watch it burn in 4K. But at the end of the day, man, all I can tell you is 5-20 ain't cutting it. That's not gonna cut it, man. But anyway, let's
5-21.
Yeah, that too. Like 5-20.
Oh yeah, it's 5-21. We lose track of all these losses.
DC 5-21 and 1 of 12 on the road. Don't forget that part because we got the road coming up here against the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah,
the best road team in the league last year. Now we got
matchup indicators lying.
They got 70%. 70%.
They're trying to fool people.
70%.
They're trying to give false hope, man. We need to
let the Pacers.
Gregory talk to the matchup indicator.
You don't got nothing to do with hope.
The Pacers are not doing anything.
The richest, most powerful people in the world know about no goddamn hope. You better hope you pay your rent. Hope your damn lights don't cut off. Hope.
DC got the right energy. He don't sound like him, but he got the energy though. He got the energy.
Can you sound like Dick Gregory?
No, I'm saying you got it. You got the energy. You close. You got the energy. You got the nastiness. You know, you got
Keep
the
going.
nastiness of the energy. You got it. You know. But listen, the Pacers ain't.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That boy just did the LeBron.
War before they start the war. They mention him first.
Don't factor in the universe. He said don't factor in. He said a lot of really good things. One good thing he said that always stuck with me.
That was some real shit, though, bro.
No, he said a lot of good stuff. And I think I heard everything. I heard probably all of his speeches. But the one thing that really stuck with me that he said was something about when you want to learn the truth about something, you get a bunch of people and y'all pray collectively at a certain period of time. So let's say all of us want to know.
At 12 o'clock.
Right. He said at 12 o'clock. So everybody that you know, y'all all pray at 12 o'clock that whatever y'all want to know be the truth come out on it. And that was something that he says that he used to use that worked. So something that you feel like somebody might be hiding or, you know, whatever you want to know. That's what he said. Prayer brings it out. So that's one of the things that always stuck with me about the elder. But anyway, to the Pacers talk, all I can tell you is that the Pacers not playing good basketball right now anyway. I mean, they only won 2 games since New Orleans beat them. I mean, since they beat New Orleans. I mean, they went on a 3-game winning streak. They beat Washington, they beat the Pelicans, they beat Portland, and they lost 4 in a row. Then they beat Chicago, then they lost to Charlotte. So they haven't been. One out of the.
No, that's all right, kid. We good.
One out of the last 6. One out of the last 6. So they're not playing perfect basketball either.
But you know what that means?
Yeah, they do for a little luck.
Yeah, they smell barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken because who's next? Oh shoot.
Barbecue Pelican.
Yeah, boy.
Woo! Get a break.
God is good.
Yeah. Once teams start looking at you like
gonna get a W. You know what I'm saying?
It's over, bro. It's like Dick Gregory said. They've been playing. Everybody been praying at 12 o'clock for the Pelicans to lose. Q. That's what's going on. Everybody looks at us as if we're gonna lose.
Hold on here. Y'all mean to tell me,
Remember
man?
how the Cleveland Browns used to be in the NFL? It's like they might as well not even show up and play the game, bro. It's just an automatic L. That's the Pelicans turn this.
So hold on, DC. You mean to tell me
automatic L, bro?
You mean to tell me that the Pacers gonna walk in the door in their own building and do this shit?
They gonna feel comfortable.
Ooh, baby, I got Popeye.
Yeah, exactly.
You needed to open up a little bit though.
Exactly, man.
Say you need to open up a little bit more.
Let me show you how we speaking that singing, boy.
On the diaphragm.
First off, we got a box full of fries. The Cajun wings. Oh, and we got a little bit of apple pie.
Oh goodness!
They paid him for this shit. So slave.
DC didn't like that shit. DC mad it ain't buffalo wings. That's what the hell that's what he mad.
Don't say that, your mom.
DC mad it ain't buffalo wings.
Fried Pelicans in a box, right? He's gonna showing up.
DC was on the show ordering chicken.
Already in a box, man. Man, I was driving, bro. What you want me to do, man?
Hey, don't miss me with that bullshit. You understand? People heard you. People heard you ordering chicken. We heard you ordering chicken.
What I told you when I was driving, I said, Q, I need you to control my mute button, bro. I can't control my mute button. I'm driving. Got some issues tonight. I can't
this chicken fresh.
You know what Q? You know what Q said? I got you. Get me on that order chicken. Forgot to mute me. It's all right. It's all right, Joe.
DC on the order. Hey, this chicken fresh, right? Yeah. You got the ketchup with you got the ketchup, not the ketchup.
But
you got the ketchup.
I'm sorry, Tasha. I can't sing this shit. Some stuff you just don't.
Go ahead, DC. Go ahead. I know Lexxah would whip the piss out of it. Lexxah said he need to open up a little bit more.
Yeah, he was nasally, and look,
Go ahead,
Shamar said
Lex. Go
Tyrese.
ahead,
I'm
Lex.
like, no, Tyrese. I
Let's
remember
let
that
Lex
Coke
sing it.
commercial.
He do got a
Let's
Okay,
let Lex sing it. Lex, bust it, Lex. Bust it, Lex.
Go ahead,
Go
put
ahead,
your twist
Lex.
on it if you want to. I know Lex don't want to sing. I got Popeyes.
When she talking about chicken, that'll be perfect. This year,
I think you're petty. I think you're petty.
DC, she said that's meant right for you, brother.
That's what I'm talking about. She said just like you. She petty too. We're a petty team, baby.
Sing it, Lex. Hell, Tasha is the president of the petty committee. She told me, she pushed me out the way and said she got it. That's what she told me. She pushed me out the way and took it.
Man, Sean petty too. He's super petty.
Sean in here talking shit right now.
It's your turn.
Sean, Richard Petty, man.
DC just gonna ignore what Lex. Okay,
What
DC.
happened?
Let's get back to basketball. DC done destroyed the move.
Oh, I need
DC
some
done
lozenges. I gotta drink some lemon tea and stuff and get ready.
No, you don't need no lemon tea. Hey,
cracking.
from the depths of your diaphragm. From the depths of the diaphragm. Let the spirit flow. Let your chakras flow inside of you. And let it flow out of your mouth and into your mouth.
Let my what? Let my what?
Your chakras. Your chakras.
Man, DC just need a little music, man, to get him going.
I had to get under the court so I could pronounce it the way it should be.
Let my chokers flow.
Within the accent. You know what I'm saying?
Chakras.
My chokers. Oh man!
You gotta let the spirits move inside of you.
Fool, boy. I'm gonna need some alcohol to do that, Lex.
Hold on, let's just give DC some music. Here you go, DC. There's a little music for DC. Here you go, DC. Go ahead, DC. Come on, DC.
Oh. Hey. Hey.
Come on, DC.
That's
come on,
revolutionary
DC.
shit right there, bro. You can't sing that. You can't sing that after how the Pelicans been getting their ass kicked. We just gotta go out there and fight and lose.
That's what you need to listen to get you ready to kick some ass.
We gotta sing that before the game.
That's definitely revolutionary music.
You know what though? I'm gonna have to make a song to fall off the edge. You know what I'm saying? Because
nah, don't do that, Lex. That's the wrong energy.
Fall off the edge.
Yeah, we can't do it. That's
remix.
That's some shit.
No chip on your shoulder. No fighting, no passion that comes from within.
You remember when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, Q, and they lost? And they came out the next year talking about embrace the suck. Man, the people ain't been shit since.
You don't supposed to do that.
You can't do that, Lex. We can't do that.
What loser
we
came
fall
up
off
with
the edge. We ain't gonna never climb back up to the top.
We supposed to be able to fly. What we climbing for anyway? We a bird team? The hell
Our
we climbing
wings
for?
have been clipped, Q. We are a domesticated bird.
That will make you ready for Popeyes.
Oh my goodness, exactly. Vicky, that was a good point.
I'm saying we supposed to be flying.
They plucked all the feathers that you need to fly,
the Kings ain't supposed to even be able to touch them. Or the Pelicans just shit on them. That's all they can do,
Man,
But
the Pelicans getting treated like the peacocks at the zoo, man. People just go around petting them on the head and stuff. They no sense of danger. They let their children play with them.
You can't pet no peacock, DC.
You ain't never been to Autumn Zoo?
No, I've been down there. You ain't petting no peacock. The people ain't letting you do that.
Oh my gosh.
DC, you talking about where you come from? They ain't letting you pet no peacocks.
You let some little. What
DC talking about?
They was petting the
DC,
peacock when I went.
DC, they behind something, bro. You can't get to them, bro.
Q, they out free. They got some of them free roam at Autumn Zoo.
You talking about in America or somewhere else?
Could tell you don't be in the city.
Oh my goodness.
Now, let me find out you one of the people from the North Shore be claiming New Orleans. You one of them people.
Oh, I was Yeah, right.
Oh,
Like you ain't never been to Audubon Zoo.
I've been to Audubon Zoo. I've been to
We went
City
on
Park,
down
Audubon
to
Zoo,
the
all of them.
Audubon Zoo, and they all asked for you.
That was a horrible Louis Armstrong.
Okay.
Yeah, they even inquired about you.
Are you doing Monsters Inc?
That's horrible.
That old lady.
Now that's Louis Armstrong.
No, it ain't.
Okay, well, that sounds like Monsters Inc. That old lady from Monsters Inc.
Nah, that's damn sure not Louis
Watching
Armstrong.
you, Lazowski. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so anyway, let's finish the show, man. Pacers. So you guys both agree that the Pelicans and the Pacers. What's the call, family? What y'all got? Pacers, Pelicans. Who wins the game? Do the Pelicans break the 3-game slide? Do they get a W? What you think?
I'm serious.
What's the Pelicans' home record?
They want the home record, or wait, this is
the home record.
I think they won 4 games. 4 games at home, 4 and whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because they only won 1 on the road, so they won 4 at home. So I guess they're better road home team. For whatever.
Well, that's a whole lot better than last season, isn't it?
I mean, the Pacers aren't playing that great. I mean,
the Kings aren't either, but I think the Pelicans are going to get outpaced, and really, again, if it's a close game,
I'm saying the Pelicans can beat this team. I mean, this is probably the weaker of the teams that you're going to see over the next week.
But the Pacers are at home,
right? They do play better at home.
Yes, they do.
But like I said, still in all, the Pacers are not a juggernaut, and the Pelicans are in need of a win. They're on a 3-game slide. They can't put it together for 1 game to get one from the Pacers. No?
Well, I don't think so, because I think we're all out of pace. So the Pacers gonna have all the pace. They're gonna come out and they're gonna play with force, and they're gonna play with joy, and they're gonna bust our ass.
And Willie's gonna give them credit.
Oh, so they're gonna use Willie's principles against him, is what y'all saying.
They're gonna be everything that the Pelicans want to do.
Yeah, and Willie's gonna give them credit after the game.
So they set the pace. They play at a high pace, right?
They ain't high pacing it. They 10 and 15. Who they, what high pace are they doing?
Okay, hey, Stacey,
we're not the Pacers.
The Pelicans don't play
15
defense
a lot
either.
better than 5 and 21.
You know what I'm saying?
Give them
I'm
credit.
just saying, brother.
That's why we can't get no wins now. We giving everybody goddamn credit. So go ahead and get them credit.
I mean, look, Tramal mentioned the Wizards, and I'm like, man, Tramal, I don't even know about that
They
one.
ain't gonna beat the Wizards. I'll lose to the fucking Wizards.
They don't play the Wizards until January, though, bro.
I know, but we looking ahead because we trying to figure out when the Pelicans are gonna win.
No, I think we need to look at the Pacers. I mean, this is a winnable game. Like tonight, Sacramento was a winnable game.
It wasn't
Sacramento. The Sacramento game wasn't winnable.
Yes, it
I'm
was.
gonna tell you how it wasn't winnable.
Okay, let's see it, DC, without the rum punch. Let's go.
I was watching the game on with the Pelicans, their little network, right? The little Plus network, and it started streaming. For the little circle came on, and it couldn't go no more. I already knew that.
The little circle.
I didn't even see the rest of the. Need to see the rest.
You talking about it started refreshing?
It started buffering.
Okay.
It started buffering. Couldn't get it back up, but I already knew they lost, man.
Messages from the
that's why you see them. It wasn't
they messed up.
Your
After
app was messed up.
And 38 points happened, bro. Their system started buffering. It was over.
So they lost because of the app, is what you're saying?
They had a 10-point lead. Once they lost the lead and the other team was up by 8, it was over. Over. Anytime the Pelicans surrender 10-point lead, 9-point lead, and then the other team get up by 10 or 9 points, it is over. They are not coming back. They won't win. You know why? Because you have to execute down the stretch. And what can't the Pelicans do under Willie Green? What can they never do under Willie Green? What have they never done? Execute down the stretch. Any game where they have to execute down the stretch is an automatic L every time.
Why do you sound fake mad?
Because I am fake mad. I'm actually happy. I'm happy they're losing, Lex, but I'm very serious about what I'm saying.
I mean, ain't no purpose of them losing if Griffin Green
shut the fuck up.
Oh wow. If Griffin Green,
you keep talking, man.
Griffin Green. If Griffin Green are still there.
Go ahead, Lex, baby.
Yeah, the losses don't mean nothing if Griffin Green are still there.
Griffin Green, that's right.
The Griffin Green brothers.
Y'all gonna learn, man. Close games with the Pelicans are not winnable. Y'all gonna learn.
So
you just telling they weren't winnable last season.
We've been lying to ourselves all season. I got up here and I said
one close game, and that
so
was
they have.
important.
So they didn't fix the problem, is what y'all saying.
Exactly.
Murray.
I lied.
Well, I mean, that's obvious. Huh?
I say the Pelicans had 6 or 7 winnable games. That was lies, Q. Because if the game is close, they're going to lose. Like 90% of the time. You might get, every once in a while, after about 30 games, you might win one of them. By luck.
I got
but
you,
that's
brother.
what it takes. It ain't strategy. It ain't skill. It ain't nothing they doing as a unit. It's just they got lucky.
All right, so go ahead, Lex. We're gonna close out with you.
Yeah, the thing is that Murray can't do it by himself. You know what I'm saying? When you're facing other opponent teams that have a solid point guard and they have a solid head coach, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. You're supposed the whole goal of the whole picture is supposed to be you're supposed to have a coach on the floor and a coach off the floor. Right now, it's just a coach on the floor. That's very difficult to do when you have to deal with a jacked up system. So, I mean, look, Murray can only do so much, but this system would not work for anyone. You could put any star on this team, and as long as this system, if you want to call it that, and philosophy is in place, it's not a recipe for success. It just isn't. And we've been knowing that. I mean, we see it every single game. You know, so just gotta get rid of the Griffin Green. Gotta get rid of that.
Yeah, that's good points, Lex.
We just need a competent coach that uses their timeouts. Can we get that? Why are we leaving the game with 2 timeouts?
No,
why are we leaving the game with 2 timeouts and we lost by 2?
I think he thought the timeouts were gonna roll over to the next game.
There you go.
What type of shit is this, man? Why do we leave the game with a challenge every game? Like, well, just do one for the hell of it, man. What are you saving it for? What are we doing?
For the next game, you know, look, the Pelicans need a lot of help. They need a lot of challenges.
Willie Green is too goddamn indecisive. He's just over there with his fucking hands folded all day. Do something. Like, it's all that.
You know what?
He does.
Sitting around looking, man.
I'm really tired of.
He does
I
this.
don't even want him to open up his mouth to talk.
He won't be folding his hand. DC, you lying on that man. He does this.
It's almost like his.
Then when they get a bad call,
like it stabs you in your heart, in your body multiple times, in your heart, in your back, in your sides, your ribs, your legs. I mean, it's just. Why are you talking? Why are you talking? And you're not saying anything worthwhile to listen to. That's how I feel.
You keep talking, man. You shut the fuck up.
Oh, the timing of that was so beautiful.
The upsetness on his face says it all, man. That's how we feel about this whole thing right now. Pelicans 5-21, 1-12 on the road, headed to Indiana. They got one game, then they come back to start a string of games. I think what was the next game? Let's kind of go over that before we go the next stretch of games. The Pelicans have to play because I think they get into their
variety of L's we about to get.
Yeah, they get into their home. No, they got two game road trip. Indiana Sunday, and then You get yes, the games are stretched out here. You got Indiana on Sunday at they say 4, it's 3 Central, but 4 p.m.
You said
tip
the
off
game
time.
is on Sunday?
It's Sunday night, Sunday afternoon.
Wow. I
Sunday afternoon.
wonder what if they're gonna practice and stuff.
So they got a couple of days to get up there, do their thing. And then the next game after the December 5th game on Sunday is Thursday. And that's then they take a trip to Houston. So they got some space in between these games. And then
stay at home on that one.
And then they hit they come home for 5 straight games. And that'll take them into the new year, which is they started off with the Knicks on the 21st. The 22nd is Denver. The 26th is Houston. The 27th is Memphis. And then the 30th is the Clippers. And then they flip the new year starting with going to Miami. They start the New Year's Day there at Miami against the Heat.
Hey, wake me up
they ain't even gonna be turn
January
the new year. It ain't gonna be.
Well, I'm just saying that these are all competitive games. Like if you look at Indiana and Houston on the road, I'm saying these teams are gonna be competitive, man. They're gonna be competitive.
Yeah, I like the wording.
These teams
they gonna compete.
I'm saying, listen, some of these games they're not
looking at the Pelicans like Bobby.
What about us, Q?
I'm saying, listen, tonight they're not gonna play a full.
Don't know.
One of these games they're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna lose all of them. One of them they're gonna surprise you.
But
it's gonna be the 10th game.
But the rest of them, I'm saying they got to win in one of these games.
How many quarters are we gonna show up, Q?
3.
Probably
One of the games we're gonna show up for a full game. One of them you're gonna get. One of them you're gonna get.
When is Jose coming back?
So we gonna have a whole green dollar, a green dollar. Or we gonna be 1 quarter short of a green dollar? You let me know, Q. Jose will back in January.
That ain't hit like you thought it was gonna hit.
Oh wow, dang!
It never does. It's a cheap joke.
Hey, I'm rooting for you, dog. I am rooting for you. I'm rooting for you.
All right, hey, let us know how that goes.
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
Keep us informed, bro. We'll send you all
I
the
just like to
support you
put in
need.
my resume once you get in.
Yeah. Y'all, we gonna be the media team. You know what I'm saying?
And look. I like to also put in a good word on with Big Q and DC. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure you can find something for all of us to do. You know what I'm saying?
Now, the first thing you got to do is you got to get rid of Mickey. I'm not going over there until you get rid of Mickey. Mickey Loomis needs to be gotten rid of.
So you're
David Griffin.
Look, the whole infrastructure. You know what I'm
Mickey Loomis got to go, man. You know.
Goodness gracious, look. I think everybody up in this chat gonna be hired to the organization.
They sell a team. I think he'll probably end up retiring. That's what I think. I think because they'll wash away all them old guard like that man gonna bring in his own people or whoever buy like the Houston team. The Houston guy was thinking about buying a team. I'm like, you talking about selling the Saints? The Pelicans gonna be there too. Then they got all these articles now that's circulating about potential ownership. The Houston guy was interested in buying the Saints, and then they put together an article. Yeah, to do that on the Rockets.
Oh wow!
He was interested.
He was gonna keep him here.
No, he was gonna keep him here. That's a part of the deal. You can't move him. You can't move him. They tied into the area, to the city, to the state actually. So they're under contract.
They need to get a group of people. She needs to.
They don't want a group. They don't want a group. That they were trying to do that the first time. That's when Larry, the brother of Tom Benson, was by. He had a group of people that was going to buy the team from the NBA, and he was by, and they were going to do it until Tom Benson. And this wasn't on Tom Benson. The NBA actually, David Stern contacted him and said, "Hey man, would you like to buy the Pelicans?" He said, "How much?" And they sold it to him. That's how it went. So he outbid his brother for the Pelicans. But they got other guys down here. They got the other billionaires down here. That's got kind of sketchy background, should I say? Like the guy that started the Saints, he kind of had some sketchy stuff tied to a certain mob boss from the area who ran that work for the syndicate, the outfit. So
Be quiet.
Shh, be quiet. That guy long gone, DC, but his influence is still here.
His family
But
members still here.
yeah, but that's not a secret. That's very well known. But he was well loved because he was one of them type of people that spread the love, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he put you to work. But anyway, man, listen, we're gonna get ready to get out on hits on this thing. Listen, tonight the Pelicans didn't get it done, as you guys know. 111-109. They fall short yet again. Pelicans are 5-21. Next matchup is Sunday afternoon against the Indiana Pacers in Indiana. DC and Lex are not confident that the Pelicans will pull this win off. So
okay. Oh, wait. We gotta stop now. Don't
hold on, DC.
Don't
we
confuse
out of time.
The people. You said
they're not
DC and Lex are not confident that the Pels are gonna win. So that means you are confident.
I don't think they confident in themselves. And we know Willie Green ain't confident.
I'm confident. We'll be back to the recap. I'm confident that we'll be back to recap this.
What time is this murder show? What time is this murder show?
It's just gonna be about 5 o'clock, 5:30.
Okay.
So we'll recap it. So
they got less of a chance than they had against Sacramento. I'll tell you that.
Less of a chance.
Yep.
And that was against a team they had their number.
Yep.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right. So anyway,
this team better than Sacramento. I know the record might not say that, but this is a better team than Sacramento.
Okay.
Well, they do. All the people held it too.
Pelicans just lost to the Kings. That is not that's not really a feasible.
They're gonna lose worse to the Pacers.
You talking about Halliburton? You talking about Siakam, Turner, Mathurin?
Even when we was fully healthy, it took us going nuclear to be able to beat these people, man. You don't remember that?
I remember.
Now we did embarrass them last year, but we had to have everybody.
Yeah. And then Rick Carlisle.
You know why you have to have everybody? Look, because you don't have a coach.
TJ McConnell is there. Yeah. Obi Toppin.
Orlando's without their top 2 stars, and they still finding ways to win.
I mean,
it's supposed to be our
coach. It's coaching.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, he making this. Yeah, Willie Green is and it's becoming incredibly obvious. Like at years 4, it's like,
man, Atkinson in year 1, and you know what I'm
Jordan Hawkins.
What's that?
Did we mention him? Jordan Hawkins and BI's contract. Him passing up $50 million a year before last.
I mean, you was talking shit. I put it on
has a degenerative back issue or something, like saying he had a back issue going all the way back to college. That I guess now we're just figuring that out. And for him, his timetable to come back, nobody knows. Remember, we saw a week up there. It's been a week. Nobody knows when he'll be back. He just needs lots of rest.
It's
indefinite rehab. Yep.
It seems like that's the answer to everything.
So we're not gonna talk about that at all.
Go ahead, DC. Go ahead. You just talked about it.
I'm just asking.
You just mentioned it. Go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and talk.
You don't have no comments for that, Mr. Hope?
I said you talk Mr. Hope. What you calling me that for?
You said the Pels are going to compete against the Pacers.
I said I'm saying, listen, bro. Tonight they didn't.
They're going to play with force.
DC, they should have won tonight. You said no. I said yeah. They should have won tonight. They should have won this game last. This was a winner. This was a winnable game. Come on, cut it out.
They should have won. They lost because the coach did not call a timeout and he could not draw up a play.
I'm saying, listen, y'all not hearing me. We can't sit up here and pretend like the Pelicans they were blown out of this game. They were in this game. They were in this game, just like several other games that they should have won. This was a winnable game.
Y'all got to change the verbiage now because the bar ain't where it used to be.
The bar ain't going nowhere. It's still left.
Pels could have won. They shouldn't have won shit. That's why they lost. They could have won.
Okay.
All right, DC.
Okay, I'll say this. If the Pels had an NBA average league coach, they should have won. Can we phrase it correctly?
Okay.
Because we know if Willie Green would have called the timeout, that shit wasn't going to amount to nothing. The best play I ever seen Willie Green call to win a game after a timeout was in the goddamn summer league. That was it. You remember that play he called when Herb Jones his first year in the summer league? You remember that?
I remember
that was the
you
best
pinpointed
play
it.
he ever dialed up to win a game.
You said that at the time. I remember.
That's it. That was the best one. That's all he got. That's all he ever had.
All right, let's hit them right quick. DC Pelicans. Jordan Hawkins reveals troubling back injury update. Like you just gave the meat and potatoes of it already. They talk about Zion, Bi, mostly watch loss for sidelines. Practically everyone on the payroll has needed a few days to a few months off due to injury. Thankfully for head coach Willie Green, DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy are back in the rotation. Unfortunately, Jordan Hawkins back will need more time to ramp up for 9 contact drills. Hawkins delivered some concerning news during the practice season media scrum. Pelicans hosted the Suns. The 22-year-old shared that he still has pain after 15 games and counting on the sidelines, and the issue dates back to college. I wouldn't say that there is no pain, but people always go back. He says people always go through back pain. I've just got to do the right things. It's good out on the practice court and slowly getting better. It sucks, but health is more important, admitted Hawkins. It's a whole lot of stuff going on in the back, and specialists broke it down for me. It was good to get opinions on it. It's worse now than what it was in college, but I've always had back problems. This is coming from him. Of course, he did say this at the presser. So Hawkins has been available. Hawkins being available, I'm sorry, what I'm talking about, significantly help out as the shorthanded Pelicans faced off against the Kings with 10 available players. The problem is rehabbing the back mainly calls for taking things easy during a difficult time for the team. Just rest is the biggest thing. Doing a lot of stretching, Hawkins replied. Getting more core stronger. 11 games, he averaged over 13 points, almost 4 rebounds, 1.3 assists on 33% shooting from downtown. Before the back stiffened up, he admitted the Cooper flag-focused Pelicans, this is what they're saying, are sticking with no contact drills for now, so a return before Christmas Day seems unlikely. Getting up to 5-on-5 speed will take some time after all the rest diminished. Hawkins cardio back to training camp levels. So there you go. This is Chris Dodson for clutch points. So that's the stuff, DC, you just talked about it with Jordan Hawkins. That is not good news to hear that from our young players, but once again, not surprised.
I mean,
yeah,
we don't have any good news. I was gonna
you got good news? He's good news. That's the news right there.
It wasn't all that great tonight.
Well, I'm just saying,
rookie, gonna have games like that. It's okay.
One night he's a rookie. I mean, come on, DC, bro, you're a tough grader.
No, I said he's a rookie. He's gonna have games like that. That's okay. But the Pels have very, very little good news, if any. But I just thought this was a little weird. Like, not the fact that he hurt his back and he's got to come back, but it's a degenerative back issue. It's something that he's pretty much going to have to deal with his whole career. He says he's got to do the things, get right, and he talked about changing his lifestyle. He's had a back problem since college. Like, we never heard anything about any of this.
That's news to me.
That is so crazy, bro.
No, it isn't.
Even knowing that, I think what we drafted him at and the potential that he has, I think he's still drafting. But it's just like we never heard anything about this. Do we really think that the Pelicans didn't know this, or is this something they've known and they just decided not to speak about?
I promise you, they knew this. I promise you, they're not going to pick up nothing that's significant as a back issue. It might have been, not affecting them like that then, but I'm pretty sure they know, man. You can't, the type of physicals that they give these guys, man. Come on. But then again, the Pelicans have shown to be incompetent. So but none of this surprises me though, bro, to be honest with you. None of this is surprising. None of it is, to be honest with you. I mean, the way all these players are collecting on the bench, like I said, you just seen a few of them just recently get back into the games. DeJounte Murray, who nothing was wrong with him, and his first game he gets hurt, fractured his wrist and missed a bunch of time. Jose Alvarado was here, he disappeared. He should be coming back soon. Zion Williamson just has a hamstring strain. Missed bunch of time. BI, with the foot issue, he had some injury, came back, stepped in. That's a whole nother thing. So I mean, at some point, I'm not surprised by this, because if you haven't gotten injured, then that means that you're not a part of the club. That's what it seemed like to me. Most of these guys are hurt. Green was sitting up there hurt. I was like, what the hell happened to you, bro? He was hurt. He was in street clothes tonight. So like I
he
said,
was sick. Word on the street is he was sick.
Nah, he had another.
No, JRE had a non-COVID illness.
Oh, JRE was sick, so he was sick of Willie Green.
And Green was some type of issue too. Yeah, he had an issue tonight too. Green was.
All right, well,
we should call it the Griffin Green sickness.
Go ahead, DC.
Talk about BI unless Lex won't touch on this and get up out of here. BI and the trading of Herb Jones. The Pelicans announced they're not trading Herb Jones. Like, okay, like that's news. We all knew that. But we may trade CJ McCollum or this guy possibly. So wait, Brandon Ingram turned down how much money from the Pelicans? Keep in mind,
now this is news. This is almost a think of a secret.
Yeah, this is old, man.
With the contract with
they offered him $50 million 2 years ago. That's what they're alleging. Which to me is still crazy. Because 2 years ago, like, why would you turn down $50 million, which would be the max, right?
He was smart enough to know his worth, and
he was trying to
enough not to know.
Yeah, we talked about this. I think he was betting on himself.
I don't think that was smart.
Well, DC, that's a part of betting. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, bro. That's a part of betting, man.
Think of it as like Schroeder.
It didn't work.
What did Schroeder do?
He bet on himself and lost.
He dropped the what?
That was stupid.
He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball.
He dropped the bag.
He dropped the chicken.
Drop the chicken.
A whole lot of chicken.
Whole lot of chicken. So you passed up $50 million to get and be fighting for $50 million?
Well, you can't. I mean, that was his decision.
Make it make sense.
I mean, DC, it don't make any sense, but that's a part of gambling.
Probably why he fired his representation then.
Because they couldn't say, listen, man, we tried to get that to you before, and you dropped the bag on it. Now you want us to try to go back? We can't get it. Well, I'm going over here. Well, go ahead on over there. We can't do it for you.
Figured out. And plus, really, after that showing in the playoffs.
Why would why would the agency who got him the $50 million advise him to not take it?
They didn't advise him not to take it.
No, all I'm saying is that that's
so you saying he blaming them?
Dropped his representation. There could be more to this than what we're reading. We don't know everything. I mean, there could have been some stipulations or something. I don't know, but he dropped his representation for a reason. So, but whatever reason. I mean, is anybody making more? Who's making more than $50 million a year?
I think Jimmy Butler. His might be up. Then you got all your regulars. The big name guys.
Levine ain't making that much. Levine making 40 a year.
What about Tatum and Brown? I know they got those fat contracts.
Both of them are. I think Kawhi, Brian making about 50. Or if it ain't 50, it's like right under. Who else?
Getting Harden up there.
It's a small window. Giannis.
What about Steph? Is he making that?
Yeah, Steph.
Steph is the highest paid one. He making 55.7.
I think Jokic is up there
The
too.
the Joker's underneath him at 51.4. Joel Embiid is 51.4. Kevin Durant is 51.2. Bradley Beal is 50 plus mil.
Wow.
So those are the guys and that they showing that I'm looking at right
Is
here.
Brandon Ingram better or equal to any one of these people?
I don't think you get that bread, dog.
No. And then you look at their resume, maybe with the exceptions of Bill, because I don't think Bill has a really strong resume, in my opinion. But everybody else,
Bill, his resume is better than Brandon Ingram, other than he got the more playing games. Well, I can't even say that because Bill been in the playoffs.
No, because they didn't have playing games.
That was with John Wall.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't even say that.
That's been so long ago, but yeah.
But it's on his resume though.
Yeah, well, then in that case, yeah, he's not up there with any of those guys.
Nah, he's not. Yeah, LeBron makes what year is this?
48 or something like that.
Yeah, I think this is last year, but he at one point was doing that this year. Yeah, but man, let me see out there, but it's not that many people. I don't think. That's next year. I don't see that this year.
I think I might be wrong on Jimmy, but I think that's what they was. I was reading a few articles about him getting traded, and I was like, "Damn, his contract that much?"
Yeah. Well, this year, DC, there's 5 people making 50 plus million a year for 24-25. Steph Curry, which is the highest one at 55.7. Joel Embiid is 51.4. He's tied with the Joker. Both of those guys are the same. Kevin Durant is 4th with 51.1 plus. Bradley Beal is 50.2 plus. And then the rest of these guys are in
one team with 2 players.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then Booker is just under that. He's making 49.2. So you got almost $150 million between
everybody you name. And then you got to look at next year because you got to do like I think Darius Garland probably be in that conversation too because he.
I can give you the rest of them, DC. Let me give you the top 13. The rest of them now. Does Ingram belong
next year?
The answer is clearly no.
So let's drop a bit. Is he worth?
Darius Garland, the only one I could say he kind of.
Is he worth? Is he in the same stratosphere as the rest of these guys? Right. So we look at Jaylen Brown.
Nobody you just named. No.
49.2. This is the guys that make it 49 million. 49, 48.
Not close.
Then it drops to 43, right? Then you might have an argument at 43. But 49 is Jaylen Brown. 49.2 is Jaylen Brown. Carl Anthony Towns.
Don't forget that. Jaylen Brown. Brandon Ingram cannot stand Jaylen Brown. Don't forget.
Yeah, he's relating his status to
he wants the 50 million because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
49.2.
Been like that.
49.2 for Carl Anthony Towns. 49.2 for Kawhi Leonard. 49.2 for Paul George. 48.7 for Jimmy Butler. 48.7 for Dame Lillard. 48.7 for Giannis. 48.7 for LeBron. Then it goes from 48.7. It drops $5 million to Rudy Gobert at 43.2.
I don't even think he's any. He's definitely
Luka Doncic at 43.2. 43, a little bit off of 43. Then Trae Young at 43. Zach LaVine at 43.
Just cut the Chris Middleton, man.
Fred Van Fleet for 42. Anthony Edwards is 42. Laurie Marketing is 42. So you see, it's a $5 million gap between LeBron
I can see
and
him
Rudy
pushing
Gobert.
for that 42. You got Laurie there. I think BI and Laurie, you put them in the same category.
Fred Van Vliet is 42.8.
I can't put him in the category of Fred.
No. You got to look at why.
Fred ain't balling like that in Houston. He ain't the same guy he was in Toronto.
He's a catalyst for winning, Q. And he won a championship. He was a major part.
You got to look at the resume. Like what have you done for me lately?
Well, so Well, based on
He went to a
$50
losing
million,
franchise with
His
him and the
production.
coach, and they turned it around and they producing. Nah, he ain't,
that's
Because
he
he's
but
not
ain't in the
even
same level of
impacting.
spread, bro.
For
but
instance,
he was a part
let's
of the
say,
process, though, bro. You gotta have a good coach, man, and
So there we go.
identity.
Middleton, 36. That's yeah.
and that's what he's at
Chris
right
Middleton
now.
and Brandon Ingram. He kind of right there with Chris Middleton. They like the same or similar.
Shit.
Even though Chris Middleton, some people might say Chris Middleton better at this point right now. What we're looking at would be
Tyrese
his
Halliburton
resume
is
is stronger. He's a
42.1.
champion.
Kyrie Irving is 41 flat.
Damn,
Kyrie Irving is $41 million,
he
man.
ain't in the same conversation with Kyrie.
Right. Halliburton is 42.1. Siakam is 42.1. So I
could put
mean,
Yeah, damn, I can't even put him over Siakam. Talent
Siakam
wise,
was a part of that Toronto
No,
team.
Siakam was
Got
a
a better
champion.
resume. Got a better
Yeah,
resume.
he was a crucial part of that
Oh,
championship
that Toronto
team.
team. Yeah.
That you got to consider that, and that's what they're looking at as well.
Damn,
Your
Halliburton,
impact
I
to
can't put him
winning.
over Halliburton.
Yeah, because Halliburton, he's literally leading his team. I mean,
He's
and plus
a
he's
number
putting
one
up
guy.
ridiculous assists.
Right. So I mean that's what it is, DC. I mean, Lex, I mean, what can I tell you, man? At the end of the day, that's what BI has to fight against. And if he trying to say that he wants that kind of money, he won't get it. And then it's extra interesting because with his injury now, that could take him, past the trade deadline and kind of it slows down whatever options he thinks he has with that injury. So
What season is this for Brandon? Is he in double digits or still in single digits?
Still in single digits. I don't think he in double digits with
He's not in double digits.
No, he's like what?
Is this
7, 8?
Like his eight or ninth season or something like that.
Out of all those
Yeah, he's
seasons,
28. I won't say any 28.
he's only had
27.
2 winning seasons.
Yeah,
Since he's been in the league. He's only had
27.
two winning seasons.
Yeah, 27.
And that's between the Lakers and the Pelicans.
Yeah, he's been in the game since
They
2016.
kind of sabotaged the Lakers. I can't really fault him. The Lakers were sabotaged. That shit was crazy.
They still count DC.
No, it do. It do.
I mean, that's just like, does this season count? We
just gonna keep. Then I could be like, well, he was hurt all them years.
Yeah, nobody's looking at that, man. Nobody's looking at that. So the thing is, Brandon's impact, according to, I don't know, you could call it situation, but the thing is that his impact for winning is not very great right now. And you're talking about paying this man in the likes of all those people that we just named.
Nah, I think he gets low 30s, high 20s. His value has taken a hit.
And then you have to consider that his value, where his value is around the league. Because
people around the league probably look at him as DeMar DeRozan. It's the same. They're looking at him like DeMar DeRozan.
And really, DeMar DeRozan has a more friendlier contract than he does. And a lot of people will go with DeRozan because they feel like he's the better. He would be the better of the two. That's what the Kings did.
What Sacramento? It was
the Kings were in talks. They were in talks with the Pelicans, and then for days. And then DeRozan came in one day. They signed him.
Yep. Well, they made the move with what didn't Chicago make the
DeRozan because he's a better player. And he was cheaper.
Right.
And he got the last laugh for tonight anyway. The first of the 4 matchups that we have with him, he won the night with their help. So, but DeMar DeRozan was out there.
The other ones too.
That's true too.
DeMar DeRozan was knocking down 3-pointers. That's a knock on him that he don't shoot the 3-pointer. He's knocking them 3-pointers down tonight though. He was shooting them through. He was shooting the threes. That was a knock on him. He don't shoot threes. Shit, he was hitting them today.
And ones too. So those count as threes too.
And he got a basketball 11 times, man. Free throw line.
But Mary has a good point. It did hurt. It did hurt. I mean, all these events, they happen like back to back to back. It didn't go as planned.
All right, let me play this report by Yves here. This is a report by Channel 8. They did this one prior to the game for Yves Missi. And his rookie of the year odds rising. Like to hear it go.
Pelicans will host the Sacramento Kings tonight, and you can watch the game for free on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network.
That's right. Josh Robertson joins us with a preview of this matchup.
Rob, Kelsey, the Pelicans are showing some fight in these past few games, despite the constant injuries. The guys who have been on the court have been showing some fight. Well, let's start with rookie Yves Missi. In the offseason, there was concern that the Pels didn't do enough to address the center position. Ironically, that's been one of the consistent pieces so far during this season. Missi is rocketing up the board for Rookie of the Year consideration. He's currently at number 4 in the rankings. He's averaging a double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds a game, and he showed no fear in the Pelicans' last game, going toe-to-toe with that man right there. One of the best players in the league, Victor Wembanyama, did not care about him at all, went up for the dunk. Despite Zion remaining out indefinitely and now Ingram sidelined with an ankle injury, Coach Willie Green says he's seeing improvement over these last few games.
We put together, I was going over it in my mind, 9 good quarters out of 12. And you got to eliminate those bad quarters.
Oh, and that's enough on Willie, man. He talking about 9 out of bad quarter. Now judge your own goddamn stupid ass. Now talk about your own
Remember
shit.
when I was talking about the stabbings and the
Shit.
heart and the
Now grade your own dumb ass call.
thighs and the ribs and the legs.
Shit.
And then he be
my
talking
God.
like he really saying some shit.
Yeah, man. What the hell? Now talk about your own goof ass now.
Remember
He
what I
talks
said?
like-
9 good quarters out of 12. Like Willie, what the fuck are you talking about?
Nah,
He
nah,
talks
nah,
like
boy.
it's not. It's like it's just all like a business thing. There's no personal
To me,
type
he
stuff.
he talk like a coach who on like a 2 or 3 game losing streak. That's how he talk. Like
Yeah, he is
we
a
just gotta
loser.
trust in ourselves.
No, they only got
and get
5
back
wins
to what
this
we
season.
do and
Yeah, I
we'll
mean-
turn it around.
But you know what? He was a loser with all them, the other seasons too. The
Man,
thing
hold on.
is, just didn't nobody see it.
Let's stop. We were talking
What?
about Yves, and Willie came, and everybody.
I
got
mean,
triggered.
you started.
Let's talk. I'm sorry. I started it. I apologize. I set the tone. My bad. I shot the Willie. I'm sorry.
DC bringing the Adidas back.
No,
Yeah.
but he was a loser. But yeah, back to Yves Missi.
Go ahead, DC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
We'll
thought,
talk about
Yves is the only bright spot on the team.
I just said that
Tremendous
like
player.
30 minutes ago. DC slow to the
you
party.
just-
Let him talk.
You said it 30 minutes ago.
Look,
I
in
can't
that
say
case,
nothing.
look, I said that
Go
3
ahead, you got something you want to get off your list?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey.
Go ahead,
Hey,
DC.
man, what's wrong with you?
I
I'm
said
already
that
trying
last
to
season.
get on my Adidas. My Adidas.
I said that 3 years ago.
This dude here, bro. What's wrong with him, Lex?
DC rocking the Adidas.
I thought you was trying to get out of here, bro. I keep breaking my rhythm, extending.
Go ahead. That's right. You're absolutely right. Go ahead, DC. You got it, brother. You got it.
But like
You got
I
it.
was saying,
Lord.
Yves Missi was the lone bright spot on the team. Okay.
DC pronounced the man name correct. For 10
I
straight
love
times.
his ability to compete, pick up schemes. Now let me stop before I do this, get into the Willie shit. But I think for him to do what he's doing as a rookie, as a big man, is it's tremendous. You know, it's very encouraging. It's one of those things you're like, man, you kind of exhale a little bit, like, okay, we actually have a center. You know what I'm saying? Lex, your prayers were answered. We have a center. It didn't mean shit in the win column.
No, I'm specific in my prayers.
It's a future move.
Well, you were saying we didn't have a center. We need to get a center. But anyway, let me pull you out of this and just stick
That
with my
wasn't it
opinion.
though. But go
I know
on.
you had more attached to that, but you know it comes with getting off topic. But like I was saying, Yeeves, for him to do what he's doing and adjust the way he's adjusting, it just shows the credit to his professionalism, something that was severely lacking on his team. Other than guys like Herb, I guess kind of Trey. I still gotta, monitor him more as far as his professionalism, doing the right things. He's a little injury prone at times too. And I think when you're injury prone, that kind of lines up with your professionalism, because that means you ain't doing everything you're supposed to be doing off the court to stay on the court.
That means the
Especially
organization
when
ain't
you
doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, explain Herb. You got guys like Herb and you got Yeeves. Not to give the organization any credit, but that's two players right there that I see. They just find a way around all that shit. And all I see that young man do is constantly improve. He makes mistakes, but I don't see him constantly making the same mistakes over and over again. I see he now can rebound a lot better. He's anticipating a lot of those patterns and trajectories and putting himself in position to get a lot of offensive rebounds. I think per game, if I'm not mistaken, Yeeves leads the NBA in offensive rebounds over maybe the last 5 to 10 games or something like that. Like, he's showing a lot of positive impact, man. The only thing with him that I would like to see, I have to see it. And I think the Pelicans do too. That's why I think Zion will come back. It's just, if we're going to keep Zion and build around him, we have to see how he fits with some of these pieces, such as DeJounte Murray and Yves Missi, and possibly maybe even James Borrego. Maybe they want to go the cheap route, stay in house with a coach. He's been here, seen everything. I'm sure it'd be easy for him to maybe keep some guys on the staff that he actually likes and bring in his other guys. So Yves is a part of the future. He's one of those cornerstone building blocks. We all love Herb and Trey, and you look at DeJounte now as pieces going forward. And I think we now have a fourth piece with Yves Missi. And I guess you could throw Jose Alvarado in there too, because it looked like he just ride or die for the city. He might possibly, maybe, wind up a lifer as a Pel, unless we trade B.I. and they might put them in the package together.
Never can tell, brother. Go ahead, Lex.
I did want to add that he's also leading rookies in double doubles.
Pretty good, man.
He leading rookies in a lot of categories, all the big man categories.
Yeah, that's the thing with him. I mean, that's what I was saying, man. With his the one of the very few bright spots the Pelicans have is Missi. I mean, the way he's playing at the center position, and he gets better and better. So I mean, he could be persuading people in terms of, do we really need a center? You might have one, and I think DC. I think he'll work with Zion Williamson. I think he can play with Zion. I think he can be a guy that can run the floor, and he's just going to get better. I mean, this guy is he is the anti-Jackson Hayes. This guy is everything we wanted that guy to be. I mean, he runs the floor, he plays defense, he cleans up the glass. Yeah, I mean, anybody, you more than what Jackson Hayes was, DC, when he was down here. Shit, Jackson Hayes ain't do nothing.
He's got unlimited potential, man. We don't know what this kid is. And sneakily, like you say, I'm watching him. If you look at his physique too, no homo, but he's actually getting bigger. Like, he hitting the gym, bro. Like, he doing everything.
Yeah. Herb Jones
He's getting
is
bigger and
definitely
he getting stronger.
having
Like,
influence on him.
man,
I seen Monroe working with him. Greg Monroe was working
bigger
with him.
than Herb. That's the one knock I got on Herb, man. That's the only thing Herb don't do to me. Like, I don't know what it is about weights. Maybe he don't like lifting weights. Herb not really getting stronger to me. I think Dice was actually stronger than Herb, man.
You got to be careful when it comes to weights, though.
I mean, I just think it's about intelligent weightlifting. Like, you can't just be getting big for the sake of getting big, but you put the right muscles on, you get the right stuff for what you're trying to do.
I think it depends on the athlete, though, because KD, he don't lift weights. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know AI, he didn't lift weights. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it just
Herb Jones, and then give me some defensive people if you go that route.
Bruce
Bowman didn't lift weights.
I don't think so. He didn't look.
Bruce Bowen was pretty strong.
Flappy.
I ain't talking about how he looked. You wouldn't be able to push him around.
What is that dude's name? Hold on, it's coming to me. I can't think of his name. I have his face in my head. Just give me a second. Keep talking and stuff. I gotta think of this dude's name.
But yeah, man. So I get what you're saying, Q. You think it could work, but for Zion, I gotta see it. I gotta see it, man. But so far, I couldn't have asked for any more from my rookie big man, bro. He's been awesome. He's done everything that you would expect out of the best possible rookie you could get as a big man. I don't think there's anything he could do more.
I mean, it was a big need to get the guy to get him here. And you looked at Tice being the guy that was going to start off getting 15 minutes. I mean, this guy's played so well. He's basically relegated Tice to a third string center role. I mean, because once Willie would use JRE over him any day.
He does JRE over everything, though.
So I mean, Trey Jemerson, he cleans it up, but Yves Misi is going to be really good, man. And eventually he will develop it. I see one of the family members say he need to, when he develop his shot, all that's going to be there. This guy is going to be a baller for the Pelicans for a long time, man. So we needed a center. We got one. They actually hit on that. We just got to keep him healthy and get a coach, and the identity will be all right.
Second center, like other teams have more than just one center. So
we need a shooting big man.
Yeah,
that probably can. If it's a hard combination though, but
a shooting big man.
We actually have
on the bench for
JRE. A shooting big man that can defend people in the post. Guess what that sounds like? Don't that sound a lot like JV? How would JV look on this team paired with Yves Misi?
He would look as a third string center.
Yeah,
that's what he would look like.
The thing is, you always have to calculate, the mindset.
He'd be a third string center.
He would have been on the second team, like I've been saying. He should have been on.
No, he wouldn't have been on the second team.
Really?
He was on the third team.
Nothing right with this with any player on the team. Like, because I feel like Misi, he can elevate even faster with a different type of coach, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and that's everybody else. Because like Mary said, this is a puzzle. You gotta put this thing together. It's not just Yves, it's Yves and everybody else. You gotta make this stuff fit, and that's what the problem is. I think that's the biggest thing. Like individually, you can look at guys, you can look at Herb, you can look at Misi, and it's like, yeah, they're promising. They are, but when you start thinking about in the grand scheme of the team, it's like, well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that can slow things down. I mean, he's just gonna do his thing, but again, like right now, the Pelicans are losing.
Yeah, never lying on that.
So
5 to 21.
How do you rank he is I'm not saying that he's not a bright spot for the team, but at the same time, if this is the same routine that we're going down and they're not changing anything, how much better can this team be if you're keeping up the same type of game plan? Because really, is that, even for Misi, is that growth? Because it's like, dude, I'm doing all this for the team in a losing manner. And right now, we don't know how the organization is going to change things. Because right now, it doesn't look like they're in a hurry to change nothing.
Well, they're at the mercy of what they feel are injuries. And they're waiting for certain players to get back so they can compete.
You know what? We just need to start speaking the real thing. They just waiting for Zion to get back. Because that's what it is.
Because BI is not coming back.
Guys, because it's like you have guys. You know what I'm saying? Basically, who you're waiting for is Zion. That's who you're waiting for.
I wouldn't wait on Zion if I was them. I would compete with what I got and do what I need to do.
That's what they doing, though. It's hurry up and wait.
They were gonna make you. They're gonna hit you with excuse sponsor. That's what they're gonna try to do. Here's three.
You breaking up a little bit.
Just a second, Lex.
Can't hear you.
Hold on, I'm about to put this up here for you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now.
Okay,
you're
we
not.
got Trey. This is Trey's interview that popped up.
Oh, okay.
We get Trey up here for y'all. Yeah, play Trey. I don't know what's going on. Everything kind of messing up on them.
Just kind of slowed down, especially with some of those half-court possessions where it's just a lot of dribble at the top of the key.
I mean, that's basically what happened. I mean, I really outside of that, just wasn't a lot of movement, wasn't a lot of pace. We came out the first 2 minutes with pace, and then after that, it slowed down. So I think that's really what it was.
And you came out hot in that first quarter, so 16 only 5 the rest of the way. What do you think really changed for you after that first quarter?
Just trying to play the right way, I guess, and trying to just find my shots elsewhere, try to be aggressive. I don't really know what to tell you.
When it comes to end of game situations, sometimes it's tough to find a balance between let's run this out or let's just call time and drop play. I know obviously there's some part of that is on the coaching side, but as you guys on the court, what goes through your mind when you got maybe 14, 15 seconds left? It's a live ball situation. Are you thinking what are you thinking in terms of trying to get the best shot possible for the team?
I mean, it's tough because if you call time, they can set the defense up, put their best defensive players in there, or you can just get to something and figure it out. So I mean, it's two sides of the coin. Just whatever you pick.
How big was CJ in that fourth quarter? Kind of get y'all back into it.
He was big. He made shots for us, and he was aggressive. So we're struggling to put the ball in the basket, and he was able to do that.
All right, Trey Murphy. Well, at least the good thing is they questioning Willie's usage of time, and they question his play. When you only have 5 wins and you're 5-21, I mean, stuff started getting real drastic. So anyway, man,
he's definitely frustrated.
Man, shit.
He didn't even. I mean, the reporter basically, answered the question within their question. You know what I'm saying?
They know what's going on.
I mean, it's like, what do you say? What do you say? I mean, and from the looks of it's like, they just look lost out there. They don't have leadership. They don't have leadership. And I understand that DeJounte, he is a leader. But the thing is that there's no leadership from the coaching. That's the ultimate leadership. And, this just really sucks. This whole situation does. But one thing, like I said earlier, I don't like the fact that they went away from Trey. It's like the Kings made adjustments on him, right? But it's like, why weren't adjustments made for him, to get open? You know what I'm saying? Like switch things up. And I know that's kind of beating around the bush and things, but he had it going. He really had it going. And then they just stopped moving, even with McCollum, it was, because he was a part of the dribble festivities going on out there. And it's like with the guys that you have out there, there's only like the game plan. What the game plan should be is ball movement and player movement all the time. Because nobody out there has the gravity like these other teams. Like they had, their big time stars and everything. Nobody has that type of gravity. Nobody is going to double off of anybody. Everybody is staying home. That's what's going on. Everybody is staying home. And so by everybody staying home, It's like you have ball movement and player movement is the hardest thing to guard. It's the hardest thing to guard.
Yeah, we see it all the time because the adversaries using on the Pelicans, they circulate the
Yeah.
ball and they
Yeah.
constantly moving. Pelicans keep doing the same stuff.
And
Wrong,
this is
whether
the
offensively and
teams
defensively.
that do have their stars. Ball movement and player movement. Ball movement and player movement will always be a recipe for success because it's so hard to guard. The ball is moving and the person is moving. I mean, that's a lot of movement. The defense can't get set. Once you let the defense get set, it's very difficult to build that momentum to get them shifting and rotating and scrambling because they're set. They're able to get in their stance and everybody is on one accord. And then you have to think, once you add the communication, it's harder to even communicate on the defensive end in ball movement and player movement. And that's the other part of it. That's why even in the zone, once you put that ball in the middle, same thing with the full court press. Once that ball goes into the middle, it breaks the zone and it breaks the press down. That middle is golden. It's golden because it forces the defense to have to communicate. And if your communication isn't right, that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Well, that's what they're doing. They are moving the ball and testing the Pelicans' communication ability. A lot of times Pelicans are not communicating properly. We see it constantly. No matter who's out there, they're not communicating. They don't move the ball consistently, offensively speaking. They don't play a stout defense consistently because they don't communicate well. There's always the back door is open. Guys are overcommitting to players. It's always something that and it's because they don't have an identity. We don't know what this team is and what they're about. And the coach doesn't know. He has a floating system that he talks about. What do you call it? Switch all this bullshit.
He calls them our concepts. Like, dog, you don't have any concepts. You don't have any.
If you don't have an identity, you don't have any concepts. All that's based on identity. We're supposed to figure out what we are as a team, and that was something that he's supposed to do 4 years ago. That's what a coach does when he steps in the door. He creates the identity of the team. They play behind the identity. That's how it goes. You're not going to be, if you're a team that suffers from identity crisis, you're not going to be the team that has a strong identity. You're not going to do it. The Pelicans are not equally good on one end or the other. They make a ton of mistakes. They're not fundamentally sound, even though they hit a lot of free throws. They missed 3 free throws today, but you lost by 2? So it's just like
turnovers.
Right. You don't turn them over enough. You get beat repetitively. Points in the paint. You get outpaced in terms of fast break points. Sometimes a lot of times you get beat in bench points with the adversaries beat you, outscoring you off the bench. So a lot of this happened consistently. That's why they're a 5-win team. They're 5-21 because they're not very good. So I like I said, I'm going to tell you straight up off the top. I don't think Willie Green going to make it out of December. I just what I think, man. This team is
made it on Cyber Monday.
I mean, it's still too early, but if he keep the losses crew and you're looking at 5 or 6 wins and your team sitting up at 29, 30 losses, that's not gonna look good at all. So David Griffin definitely needs to be moved on. Willie Green needs to be fired. They need to get these guys out of here. That way you can be able to reset the team. But the time comes because they ain't gonna fire Griffin during the season. They'll fire him at the end of the season. You got to have a timetable and you got to have something set up where you be able to grade these guys. You can't let them sit up there and just perpetuity and just keep fucking up, making mistakes here or there. We're going to do this, that, and keep constantly adjusting and they're not really bringing in the results. You got to have some type of grading system to see, okay, we got you here or there. Or he's just going to keep going on forever. So no, you can't have, when Willie Green gets fired, it'll be his fourth, he'll be going on his fourth coach in 6 years. That's not stability. That's not anything positive. That's his ability to find the right people, and he won't find the right person because he's threatened by a strong coach is what this team needs. A strong discipline coach that'll tell him, don't get involved with my lineups, don't get involved with what's going on my injury list, my medical stuff. I got all that. That's what my job is. He got a pushover guy in there who does whatever he says, and that's the problem. He's not going to hire anybody strong. That's why I was like, to get him out of the way. That's why I push for a swing, because at least I know she got a championship mentality and she don't come with all that bullshit. This guy is afraid to hire strong people under him because he's afraid that they'll push him out. This is a common thing that most people have in the business world. They suffer from this stuff. They'll hire that's why you see so many incompetent ass people.
Doing your job, you don't have to be threatened by those people.
Man, listen, I'm telling you,
your job, you don't have to, and that's the crazy thing.
I'm telling you, that's
your
like
mentality is wrong.
In history.
He's just really weak.
In history, it's the same thing. Like, you go back and study history. I'm a big history man. LBJ did the same stuff. LBJ, who's former president, took over for JFK when he got sniped. When LBJ took over, about the bottom line, a lot of people thought he had something to do with that, by the way. Yeah, and it makes sense. But anyway, LBJ used to hire, before he came to power, he came from a powerful family out of Texas. His father was a senator or something like that, very powerful politician. So he just kind of followed along in that line. He used to hire people. I mean, he was a tall guy. He about 6'3", somewhere in there. All his little underlings is like 5'9", 5'10", little guys. And he would just berate the hell out of them. And he would hire people with that type of mentality. And he knew which guys he had to keep an eye out on, and the ones that were the underlings that would never challenge them. And he used to do weird shit and intimidate these people. He would do stuff like that. And a lot of them do that. This happened. This is a common trait. It's narcissism. You know, that code is the control freak narcissism stuff. That's just what happens, especially in the cutthroat world of the NBA. Shit, he talked that family shit, but it's cutthroat because it's wins and losses. You either win or you get fired out of there. It's just a cutthroat world. So that's how he tries to do. He creates these and hires these weak personalities to be up under him that won't challenge him. That way he can be able to manipulate the team the way he wants to, while providing a layer of protection around himself, a bunch of fall guys that'll take the L so he can remain in power as long as he can. Because eventually it'll fall on him, but you just set up a line of dominoes. All these dominoes have to fall before you get to me. That's not nothing exclusively new. That's what a narcissist does. The guy's a narcissist and control freak. Hires weak people. It's just what it is. And then people gotta see it, look at his record, and chunk him up out of here. That's all it is. And until we get to that point, we don't know. But Zion Williamson, the stuff with his contract, the Pelicans are heading down the road that we've seen so often, where people get our best guys, whether it was Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, any of our best players get pissed off and they want to leave. He's heading down that road because the Pelicans aren't doing anything. They ain't doing all these people here and they can't win a game. That's what it is. That's the true talk. Family. A man that have a family don't need to keep pushing family. When you be there, you're gonna win. You don't have to you don't have to manufacture.
He's selling that thing. He's selling that stuff hard.
He's selling it hard because that's what he's pushing it hard, because he knows how he got done in Cleveland. He creating a world. That's his fantasy.
It ain't no family. Hey, families fight too.
That's his fantasy. You're right. That's what it is.
That's the best in you.
That's his fantasy.
Somebody just gonna sit up there. Right. Somebody just gonna sit up there and watch you fail, and it's gonna be all right all the time. No, sometimes you might have to tell them something they don't want.
Yeah.
It's gonna piss them off.
Exactly.
Moving,
it's that friction. It's we've seen brothers fight. That's not uncommon.
Ain't none of that going. Yeah, well, I mean, we go to adversity at university, so that's where we are right now.
I'm dropping out of Adversity University.
I don't think they got a branch over there by you.
I ain't trying to graduate that shit.
I don't think they got a branch over there, DC. I think you got to get on the internet.
I ain't got no credit, so
you got to go to the internet to get on that. It's a campus in America.
I done got rid of Horizon, so
I don't think so. That's the only service they got. All right. So anyway, with that being said, we
got
cut
a block
out
on services like that.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Adversity University is not allowed on my IP address. It's blocked.
Okay, I got you, DC. All right. I think I don't think they got a branch over there, brother. So just to let you know, it might be some knockoff.
What do you mean
that's trying to take your money.
The internet is like worldwide. What are you talking about?
Okay, cool. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna get on that, man. Appreciate y'all for chiming in on the episode, man. The Pelicans go down. Listen, man, we had fun today. We'll be back Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, you had fun because you still got hope.
No, I didn't say anything about hope.
It's Thursday, isn't it?
That's Thursday, yeah. We return on
up the stream on Friday.
Perhaps we'll see what's going on. There we'll talk it over, Lex, DC. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna get out on that. Y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all night, and go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, bunch of trains. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. Remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.